I hate hearing success stories because that doesn't motivate me. We got Ross on and Caledon and Wiz and Wayne.
Have you guys developed any bad habits with money?
Yeah.
750,000, you're not even giving me $10.
How was the divorce?
Yeah.
I need to be scared of it. Scare me.
Do you know how angry you have to be to actually...
But here I am. I got 5-6 hugely successful brands, and it's all based on that first experience.
Big entrepreneur, CEO, owner, however you would like to call yourself, a very cool person. Rick Rubin-esh.
I just drink.
You just drink.
I'm just good at drinking.
Hey, shoe fits, it's yours. It's your own shoe. Hot like I lie. Yeah, but I'm honest about it.
First of all,
Fantastic.
shotgun the baby bamboo.
Okay,
First
fair enough.
There's
Shotgun the
enough-
white one anyway, but you know.
Oh, there's
another one.
Yes, have to make
Okay,
sure,
cool. Because you know the white one's my thing.
It's rough in here.
You know what I mean?
You can have mine.
Like, no, I got the baby
Alright.
one. I'm good.
Oh, there's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more than enough. This is how we behave, you see. Like when there's like...
You gotta get it.
Yeah.
You gotta get it.
Otherwise, it's crazy.
Oh my God. I'm liking the sound of this though. I mean, pause, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you drive?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting a lot of road rage lately. Do you get road rage?
No, I don't think so. I think I would cause a lot though.
Why?
Because you can't drive well.
No, because I just came from Ireland and you guys have all these turnabouts. I'm not good at the
Turnabouts.
roundabouts. Yeah, I still haven't perfected that. So I think I cause more road rage than
Do Ireland drive on the left or the right? Are they different to us?
I think they
I
drive
can't
on
remember
right.
when we went.
I
Where
feel
in
like they
Ireland?
drive on
It's
the
on-
same side. I think they drive on the same side as us, you know?
I don't know, you know, because when we went, I'm trying to think. I was in the back left. No, they drive on the same side.
Yeah, they drive on the same
yeah.
side.
Is it that the US doesn't have roundabouts?
we don't have roundabouts. Everything's stoplights, stop signs.
Oh,
So your
snap.
traffic, that's what's amazing about the roundabout. It's constant driving.
It's
Yeah.
daunting when you get into it. Though,
Oh no,
right?
it's scary.
Oh my God. I
For
remember
me, it's scary.
learning how to drive, because depending on where you are, there's not always loads of roundabouts, but I learned how to drive in Kent, which has a lot of hills and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So like, she was like, like my teacher was like, oh, you've had a few lessons before. Have you been on a roundabout? And I was thinking, yeah, I'm sure. Like one of those mini ones, like small one. And we got there and I'm like, no car's stopping for me.
Yeah, no.
Like, no car is going to let me
But I still don't know
in.
if you're supposed to. If you go to the first turn, you're supposed to be on the outside. Like I don't understand. I don't get it.
Right, all
I
right,
don't get
cool.
it.
All right, cool. So
yeah.
if you're turning left, if you're going for the first turn, you should be on the outside, like
What
the
hap-
left lane.
Okay, so what happens if there's 3 outs and it's the last one?
So as long
Then
as you're
you're on
turning
the
right,
right.
you should be on the inside lane.
Yeah.
And then you should move out. It's a mad
Personally,
maneuver.
It's a mad
Correct.
maneuver.
It's a mad
still, yeah.
maneuver when you think about it.
I do what I want. If I'm on the second exit, I'll be on the outside lane for as long as I want to.
But that-
Like,
Yeah, it's the
That's when they
safest
get
place to be.
pissed.
yeah, it's the safest place to be. And I'm a bibbers. I'll bib anybody.
That's a bib.
I'll
Honk,
bib
honk, horn.
That's a bibbers.
Like,
so wait, hold on. I just want to be sure. What's a beeper? A pepper?
bibbers.
Pepper?
Like honk.
Like a
Yeah,
beeper,
like-
yeah.
oh,
Like, it's like
like
he
a
honks.
honking.
Yeah, I'll honk everybody.
Yeah.
If anyone's wasting time, yeah, let's go. Come on.
I'm a bit patient with with
Nah.
like bibbing. Like I won't go like I'll go to reach for it, but then
Yeah,
I'll
it's
kind
true.
of
Yeah.
I'll wait. I'll be like,
Yeah.
You missed it.
Yeah,
you missed
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's like
And
you
now
missed it.
I
I
look
had my chance.
now I look too
And I'm
angry.
past,
Now I
yes,
look like it's
yes.
like, oh,
Yeah.
why's this guy bibbing me? I've moved already.
I
Like,
hate when I
what
miss
I
it though,
hate
man.
is the people that will like they'll hold the bib, if that makes sense, as they're going past you, like,
Yeah.
like trying to.
Do you know
I
how
know
I
I
knew
did
my
something wrong.
missus had the problem?
What, road rage?
No, yeah, because
As
her
a married
beep-
man, would you say that your missus had road rage?
No, but she's tough.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
no.
I was just
no.
saying if he's made a
No,
bad move.
no.
No.
Like her thing actually ran out of air.
What?
Like she had to go re-top up the thing.
I didn't even
Air?
know.
There's air in there. That's what
I
I,
didn't
knew.
know that.
I don't know
Really?
if the new ones are, but the car
I
she
thought it was
had,
just like a whoopee
it
cushion,
started
right?
Yeah.
going, like the sound just disappeared.
Does she have like an air horn for you? Like when she's mad at you, she'll like push it?
No, that's her voice.
Lab is on pilot. It's a bib ran out of air. Nah, I'm a bibbers, and I will not miss an opportunity to bib someone, man. Like, I'm quick with it. Like, anyone cut me up, there was a day I was...
Is your hand like on it the whole time?
Local. It's local. Like, there was a day, like, and I was, because I was tired, I was driving horribly in the sense that, like, I was letting bare people cut in front of me. And, like, my wife was in the passenger, and I was feeling less of a man.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hold on a minute. Is everyone just taking me for a dickhead right now? Nah.
But what's funny is honking the horn doesn't feel manly.
I know.
You don't know.
I
It's
know.
not. It doesn't feel like that. That's why I don't think I do it.
I
Like it just
know,
doesn't feel
but
like.
I do it more when she's not around, but I know it doesn't feel mad.
Like you should be swearing,
Yeah,
and yelling,
roll
and
down the
window.
pushing the horn feels like.
And that's the thing. Even
Excuse
with,
me. Excuse me. Like a polite, and the horn's not like a
it's not
masculine
manly.
horn.
And because there's no wind of the window no more, like doing this.
Nah, the wine
to
of the
shout at
window was
someone, it's like,
perfect.
yeah, you're
That
angry.
is perfect. What are you doing?
Do you know how angry you have to be to actually crack the window?
It's
Long.
really funny, actually.
Like, it's hard
You
work.
should have calmed down by then.
I think it's time. If you got the wine, I think it's time for a new car.
Yeah,
It's
100%. Just for the nostalgia though, just to wind the window down. That was effort, like manual labor, just to get some ventilation into the car. Yeah. Oh, before we get started, let's make sure we shout out to our sponsors. By the way, Plant Made. Big up to our sponsors all the time. Plant Made. If you don't know what that is, well, Brett, you probably wouldn't need it, to be fair. I think your beard looks okay. This is basically for the health of your hair and growth of hair on your head, on your beard,
Really?
wherever it be. Yeah, but health-wise, do you have a routine?
I just don't look in the mirror. I don't look.
But this is very good. This is a scalp massage.
Ooh.
And beard as
Beard.
well.
Yeah.
Relax.
I like that.
Relax. You can have this.
Yeah.
Give that
I'll
to
barter with you. I'll trade you.
I'd have
What are you
some
gonna trade
bamboo.
for?
Some bamboo. There you go.
That's how we used
There
to
you
do
go.
back in the day.
But yeah, no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, whether it be child, boy, girl, man, woman, whatever race, it works. There's many testimonials of people using Plant Made and it working.
Love
and
it.
you know what's so funny? I actually looked back on our old videos and I looked at my beard and I've actually had growth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you look back like 3 months ago and
Yeah.
you look right now, it's like this bit is more full.
Okay.
But these are bits that I used to just kind of like fade because I thought, it's not really there.
You know
So-
who? Hold on. You know who I'm going to re-gift this to? Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He deserves like a.
You know what?
Yeah.
Him especially needs to use Plant Made as well. Like it's a bit patchy.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Him? Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Nah, I'm only
He
playing.
looks good every day.
I'm sure. I think he got
He's-
insured.
He's got a
What, his
guy.
beard?
I think he got insured or something.
Wow.
He's got a guy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sit every morning. I know that guy. Yeah, the routine's crazy. We should get Vic Ross some Plant Made. man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we should,
I'll hook
we
him
should.
up. Well,
We
hook-
should,
hook
we
me.
should.
I'll get it to him. I promise.
Yeah,
Word,
no
word.
problem.
So we got a code anyway, which gets you 15% off. So use that code. It's down below, or hit the link in the description. And if you click that link, you'll see us doing our like model behavior. Do you know what I'm saying? We was feeling a bit sassy that day.
On the landing page.
Landing page. So it's official. We are.
So who had the
ambassadors.
Who had the beard first between the three of you?
Me.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And who was
Yeah.
second?
3 of us.
Well, I don't know if either of
I've
them
got a
have-
beard.
You don't
enough.
count theirs. You don't count theirs. You're not there yet.
I've got enough. I've got enough.
What would you like, for example, like if he was in trouble, like how would you describe him to the police?
Bearded man.
With that, yeah, it's true.
I'd say
See?
you say a beard.
guy with the chin strap.
Chin strap.
Chin strap.
Yeah.
It's not a chin
It is,
strap.
it defo is. You ain't got the goatee lines. So it's
No,
a
I
chin
don't
strap.
need those. I don't even
All right,
want
which
those.
beard would you rather if you lost yours? Out of those two. They're
a
both
good
looking at
question.
you
That's
like
a good question, actually.
I'd probably go with his.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this part here?
Yeah, that's what bothers me.
Yeah, yeah,
You need to
it's
fill
this
that
part
in.
here.
He said you need
Yeah.
to fill it in.
I know.
Get a marker.
There's
I
too
got
much
Plant
touching.
Made. We'll see you.
So hold on. I have a question. What do you think of LeBron's beard?
Horrible.
Really?
Same as his.
Yeah.
What? LeBron's got a beard? When did LeBron get a beard?
He's had one forever.
Yeah.
LeBron's got a beard.
Yeah.
It's not great though, innit?
Not great.
Nah, it's not great.
at all. Not great. But I think if I didn't have a good beard, I'll just go clean shaven.
No,
Yeah.
my chin looks
I'll
weird.
just clean shave.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it looks like I'm just trying every day.
How long you had your beard?
Probably I would say since I was like out of uni, like 21. And I started with a goatee.
Have you shaved it yet?
I've shaved it down, not completely. I
Yeah.
haven't seen my chin in
So
years.
I have two bad dreams. Like when I'm sick, my
Yeah.
bad dream is I shave by mistake and
Yeah.
I just freak out.
You have a dream every time you're
No,
sick.
when I'm sick, I have, yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah. It's like the same recurring dream. One of them is I've shaved by mistake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And I saw what I looked like and I just started freaking out. That's the one. The other one is my ex-wife has a penis, but that's a different
Your
one.
ex-wife.
Yes.
Is that a nightmare or is it? Like...
I wake up in sweats. Don't tell anybody. So that's the other one. It's the same recurring dreams. It's really weird.
That is weird. I know them dreams though, because I remember one time, I don't know why I always remember this, but I had a fever and I kept dreaming that my mum kept putting me in the bath to cool me down. But to this day, I don't know if it was a dream or if it was happening.
It's so real, right?
yeah,
it's
While
so
you're
real.
sleeping, she'll put you in the
yeah,
bath.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I kept going, like, I don't want to be in
Yeah.
it.
It's no, and you're right. I have a third one that I didn't finish college. Like it's so vivid, it feels like there's one class I didn't finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's vivid. But every time I'm sick.
Would that be a problem for you? Like if you actually didn't?
No, but it's this feeling, it almost is as if I'm that age again and I have to go back.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I couldn't go back to study. I could
would hate
never
that.
do it.
That's why it's a
Like,
bad dream.
If I lost my license, I'm going to drive illegally.
Correct.
There's no way I'm going to go back and do that.
Correct.
No
I
way.
agree.
Because I'll fail the test anyway.
Yeah.
I've got
yeah.
so much bad habits, like doing 10 to 2. Like, I don't know if you do that in America, but you have to like push and pull.
Yeah.
There's no way I could
Yeah.
do that.
No, I'm all like this in the test.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're like,
Yeah.
To the cones. Smooth. Out of the way. But make sure you scan that QR code or click the link in the description to get 15% off Plant Made.
Yeah.
What are we diving into first? Okay, so we've got a plethora of drinks on the table. What was this? The Deacon.
the deacon.
Let's talk about that and let's drink it too. I think we might get,
In a drinking mood?
Oh,
Yeah, it's not early enough.
It's not early
Yes,
enough.
it is.
Yes,
Yes, it is. This is our newest baby. It's called the
mic,
Deacon.
please.
The Deacon.
Yeah.
It's a Scotch. We're launching this baby in 70 countries.
70.
70. That's how far I've come. I can do that now. 70 countries.
What a flex.
Yeah.
He's had entrance launch in 70 countries.
You know what? When I just presented to our UK importer, and there were 300 people, and they asked me what song do I want to come out to, and I chose the Rocky theme song,
Yeah.
and I chose it for two reasons. One is because it's the ultimate underdog story,
Yeah.
and to me, new brands and what I've been through is an underdog story. So the fact that I can say something like now I'm hopefully on the other side, if I can launch this in 70 countries, it's just amazing.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
That is very
But
crazy.
this is a Scotch from Scotland. It's amazing. It's peated, it's smoky, we call it bonfire smoke, but there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Tastes amazing.
Let's see.
What does peated mean?
Peated is the best way to describe it is it's a process, but it's a type of almost like smoke that comes through on a brand.
Okay.
And I'm into rich, thicker, more character with my brands. I want you to feel like you're having something completely different. Whether you like the category, if you like whiskey, I want you to feel like you're having something different. Whether you've never had whiskey before, you were turned off by it, I want you to react like, wow, this is different. And that's what this brand is.
This one that I got introduced to this at uni.
Oh,
It was like £60 a bottle.
Yeah.
perfect.
So when we had a table,
Mhm.
these over.
Brings these over. Yeah.
Bring
you
some
said,
of
like,
these. It allowed us to participate.
It's a BELAIRE. No, it's a champagne.
It's a
Sparkling wine.
This one specific is rosé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
From France.
so it just doesn't taste like it Like it looks even.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
So I was
It's
like,
because we're used to the bubbles
yeah,
handed a
so I
certain
was
thing.
like,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
this at the back.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Because again, my thing is, people ask me at this event, they were asking me like, well, how do you decide to launch a brand? If I need it to taste better than everybody else's, because then I can look in the eye, I can say, whatever you freaking like, try this, taste it against it, and I guarantee you it's better. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Wow.
So I'm going to drink this.
Yeah. We're gonna have some with you. Cause
You want some?
I would like to try it,
Yeah.
especially because you said it's gonna be like the best tasting.
You in?
Yeah, we're
Before
You can smell it. You can smell.
it doesn't smell as hard.
Yeah, it smells a bit sweeter than normal
It's
whiskey.
smoky, sweet, and peat. That's what we call it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
can
can
get
smell
you
the
the
smoke.
smoke.
Yeah.
And what's the way to drink?
Um,
It's not a shot, is it?
you can do.
Just sit.
No, you can.
This is a
If
shot.
you like whiskey, you can do any way you want. You can do cocktails like the penicillin or Coke or just any cocktail. This and my goal with my brands is I want to be able to drink it straight, just on the rocks or neat like this. But you can do anything with it. But it's got to be that good where you can just drink it like this. So cheers.
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 Wow.
Damn, I-
That was interesting.
Got a nice first taste.
Is that the British interesting or the French interesting?
The French.
Okay, good. That's a good sign.
That I'm surprised at that because
Yeah.
is that Scotch?
Scotch?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like Scotch.
Correct. So that's the beauty is
interesting.
hopefully you like it, but remember you're drinking it straight.
Yeah.
It can't get
That's what
it
I'm
can't get
confused
worse
about.
than this.
Yeah. It can only get better. The only way is up.
Correct.
The only way is up. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a great brand is if you can drink it like this and you're like, wow, this is really nice.
I
This
think
is the
Tem
goal.
would have it with cranberry juice.
Yeah.
You know what? Cranberry is my mixer, man.
Yeah.
That's
It's,
so
it's the
you,
best
man.
mixer. What's the best mixer?
According to Misha, Vion.
No, oh my God, she tried to kill us. She tried to kill us. She was like, oh yeah, we got this new thing beyond. And have you got white bamboo? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, cool, mix it together. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I was like, wait, hold on. These are both alcohol though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that's what they tell you not to do.
Yeah. No. We're big mixers. Did it taste good? You liked it?
I liked
I
it.
liked it.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it
was
was on the
like-
floor though.
Yeah, I know. That's a good sign. Misha did her job.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
And because the bottle ain't transparent, you don't know what it
I
looks
don't
like
know.
inside.
Right.
It's like-
And I think you guys must be doing this on purpose. Like, apart from like the blue and the pink Belaire, I feel like everything, and the
And
bamboo, everything's like just like solid. You can't
because
see
you got
through
the
it.
black bamboo
Yeah, it's
bottle
not
as
even
well.
opaque
Yeah.
or anything. It's like it's just solid, so you don't actually know how much is left. How much you're just pouring.
I never thought of that. It's a great idea. We're pretty smart.
Yeah. You finish it. Ah, damn! I need another one.
But
Like, you don't even
I
know.
remember being like 21, going to see my grandfather who was in his 90s, and I asked him the same question: "What do you mix with?" And at the time, he gave me a Jim Beam. And I said, "What do you mix with it?" He gives me this like look, like what the
Mix?
fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then he says, you mix more Jim Beam with it.
Right.
That's his
Just add
answer.
some more to
Yeah,
it.
just add more.
Yeah.
Don't mix
Nah,
it. What are you, an idiot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've had a whiskey and I thought, oh, I get it now.
Correct.
Mm.
But that's the
Alcohol, what's that? Sorry.
go ahead. That's the beauty to me of a great brand is, again, there's two consumers, one who loves whiskey and they react to it, and one who doesn't like it or had a bad experience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this is really nice.
Yeah, it's got
Like,
a good
that's the
aftertaste.
goal.
What's that thing, that clear glass that you put whiskey
Oh,
in?
Oh, I know
decanter.
you. I know.
Decanter.
Yeah,
So
that's
I've got
it.
one
That's
of
it.
those at home with a trash whiskey inside of it. So I'm feeling.
The
When I got
deacon.
my house, I had this vision that I'm gonna have that over there, and after a long day in the studio, I'm gonna come home, pour up
Yeah.
on the rocks or neat,
Yeah.
whatever, sit back and drink a Scotch whiskey or whatever. And it's never happened because what's in
Now
the
you
home?
can't.
not-
No. You know what's kind of neat is this reminds me of that bottle.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this. But this is literally launching in the UK as of right now. It's
Nice.
Okay.
It's literally, it just got to our importer, and they're starting to release it right now. But my goal is to crush Johnny Walker and make him cry.
Right. Have you met him or met the? before?
They're owned by a big giant liquor company called Diageo, which is the biggest liquor company in the world.
Yeah.
So they're a monster,
Yeah.
and I want to make Johnny run away.
Right.
We know those guys.
Yeah. We know them. Because there's always like these debates of like, you know, like for example, you have things that are underneath like one company or one umbrella. So you might have like, someone might be like, oh, I like Coke. And someone might be like, I like Fanta.
Yeah.
And someone's like, well, they're both getting paid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then it's like, there's also that point of when you use one brand that rivals the other, you get this vision of like there's two entrepreneurs in the room just laughing, thinking, hey, we're both making
who
money.
cares?
Yeah. So it's like, is anyone really hurting from this? Like,
This happened in the U.S. with Bud, where there was a big backlash against something was going on, and people were backlashing against Budweiser, and then they're picking up like, let's call it Rolling Rock, this other beer, and everyone's making fun of them because it's owned by the same company anyway. Like they have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, it's hilarious. Remember during the pandemic, when Corona,
The beers.
it just plummeted. People thought it had a correlation.
Yeah.
We deserve what's going on at the moment.
But it was
fucking idiots.
I remember it was like COVID started February, March.
Around that time.
And we got an email from the Pennsylvania, in the state of Pennsylvania is called a control state, where the government literally is the distributor. And we got an email from them asking all suppliers if our glass came from Italy. Because at the time, Italy was like one of those first countries that was hit really hard. So they literally thought that maybe if glass came from Italy, it would contaminate stuff. Like it was paranoia.
wait, the state is the distributor
in the U.S.
of alcohol.
Yes, in some states it goes back to prohibition. In some states in the U.S., and you still have some countries, some of the Nordic countries or Canada, the state is the country is the distributor. Yeah, it's crazy.
So they take all the money and the taxes and everything.
It's still government owned. Still government owned.
There's hella things like that in the world where things are government owned. Like you'll be surprised at things like that.
At one time, Absolute was owned by the Swedish government. Yeah.
Crazy.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The world we live in.
You know?
The world we live in. But you said you got an underdog story. What is it?
Yeah, go to Orange.
The way I describe it is, so I do my own little series called Self-Made.
Yeah.
And
Good series.
I get to interview, Post Malone, Lil Wayne,
G
Herbo, even in the UK, Big Narsty.
Oh, nice.
I love how you put the R on the nasty.
Sorry, it's my Chicago accent. But the point of what I want, I hate hearing success stories because that doesn't motivate me. What I love hearing is the shit that you went through that was horrifying to get there. And that's my goal. And for me, it was, when I think back on what I did or what we did, the first one, I was lost as a kid, and it wasn't until my 30s that I started the company because I never picked anything. I wanted to do something. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And that's the worst feeling in the world. And I felt lost for years, finally picked this industry. The first 6 years absolutely sucked. I had my house foreclosed on. I had a marshal come, and back then, marshals, when they foreclose on a house, they lock it up and they put a sign on the wall.
So they make the whole road
everybody knows.
He's broke. He hasn't got it.
But notice sign on. Do you have squatters' rights? America, right?
You do, in theory, you do. You do. But at the time, I made it happen myself, meaning I stopped paying my mortgage because I kept putting money back in the business. We have the tax authorities in the U.S. is called the IRS.
Yeah.
So I stopped paying my taxes because I could put more money in the business. So I didn't realize that the IRS just can sweep your bank account. So I had that happen. And then my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, I started putting my salary in her name.
What do you mean by sweep your bank account? Is it like they take everything from
out
in your account?
Yes.
Shit.
That's crazy.
And then tell you the remaining balance afterwards. Like, okay.
It's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, but as in, like, for example, you might owe them X amount.
Correct.
Let's say if you owe them 100,000 and you had 80,000, they would take the 80 and say, you still owe us 20.
Correct.
That's
crazy. Fucking hell.
So to this day, ready for this? To this day, and I swear on my life, I can't get a credit card because I have bad credit.
Oh, of course.
Isn't that crazy? I can't even get a credit card. I could drive a Ferrari, but I can't get a credit card.
So you have to buy outright.
I have a debit card.
Wow.
That I literally have a debit card.
You have no choice but to be rich then.
So like his net worth must be like 0. Like everything's in his wife's name.
Because once your credit's bad,
That's it. Yeah.
it's bad for a long time to get out of that.
Yeah.
What's Experian on? 420?
Do you have experience?
I should look at.
They do.
But
they
the problem is,
It's
right?
global.
Don't they say if you start asking for your score, your
Yeah,
score gets
yeah,
lower?
that's why they're
that's a
pricks.
myth.
Yeah.
I think that's
That's
a
what I
myth.
still think they do.
If they carry out searches, like let's say if you start applying for credit,
Yeah.
that's when it goes down. But searching it, but I feel like there's certain like packages where they'll be
soft
like,
search,
if
though.
you pay for this
I think
package,
it's all
then
a
they
scam.
won't.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah,
scare
There's even
you.
this booster thing. I keep getting emails like boost your credit. I'm like, so you just up the score for no reason.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I
yeah.
could still be
I
as
think it's all a
untrustworthy as I
scam.
was
everything
before.
I need.
It's like getting insurance, your baggage insurance for an airplane. You know what I mean? Like they want to guilt you into it. Make it put
Yeah,
fear in
yeah,
you.
yeah. You feel like, oh, maybe I should actually protect
Correct,
this. Because what
correct.
if you do lose it? It's
Correct.
like, why
They
don't you
make
guys
it
just
£2
look after my
and
shit?
that. You're thinking £2.
Yeah. Everything's adding up now.
But anyway, so that's the part of the story. I love telling that side because I think that's motivating for people who are like me, who want to try things, who need to go through shit to get there. So just lots of stories like that. It sucked. I had investors, and investors suck because they have no patience, and they wanted
their
to
money.
blow up the company. And I remember being on a call with my brother, who was an attorney at the time, with the board members, and they all wanted to wind up the company. And I remember calling my mom and saying, because she's my hero, and saying they want to blow up the company and stop, and because there was no more money. And I said I'd put more money in. And she's like, Brett, I'll sell all my rings for you. And I'm like, no, it's fine. We'll figure this out. But that was an important moment because I remember at the time thinking, I love what I'm doing. I don't care about the money. As long as I could just keep doing and pay for myself, I'm happy. And for me, I needed to go through that. Like, that was a great experience to go through because it slowed everything down.
Yeah.
So, but here I am. I got 5-6 hugely successful brands, and it's all based on that first experience.
What's the stupidest thing you did? Come up.
I think the way I would describe it is if it's your company, if it's your thing, not taking the view that, which I take now, if anybody's gonna fuck this up, I need it to be me.
Yeah.
So every time I let that go, that's the stupid part. Because it's gotta be on my watch. It's gotta be my fault. I want the responsibility.
So you're hands-on right now, like on everything. Cool.
No, you have to let go as you grow. You have to
delegate.
But I don't.
I guess it's still on you because you hired that person to.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you're still, there's a way. I describe it as micromanaging. You got to let go, but you make the decisions have to be bigger that you're taking responsibility for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's every time, and I don't mind letting other people fuck up because at least they're going to learn from it. But if it's the bigger it gets, I need to make that decision.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Because it could all crumble, and it's like,
But do you still feel
that would be
attached though?
crazy.
Like, do you still feel like you can make good decisions where you are in the company? Because some people might say you're too far removed, or your feet aren't on the ground anymore. You don't know how to.
But I think, and this is my problem, and it's probably a lot of problems for, I think my team would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Is you don't let go.
Yeah.
And I think that's important though, to stay in touch with a little bit of everything, because then you're aware of things and you're knowledgeable, and it's the same reason why, G Herbo or A Boogie or artists like that, we wouldn't have known them unless we stayed low on the ground, and Post Malone and wanted to help the smaller guy get bigger. If you're just focused on the big guys, you're missing out. It's fun to be down low and seeing what's going on. You got to be close to it. Otherwise,
how long ago did you start? So you started at 21?
No, so I was 30, probably 31.
And how how many years did it take to feel like, okay, this is a success?
Ace of
and it can get
Spades.
bigger.
Ace of Spades. Probably 2000. God, probably. It's a degree. It's all relative. Like success is a relative thing.
Of course.
I remember, and this is how we would. My office was in my house, in my apartment in New York, and we would pretend it was an office, but it was actually my house. So when I was sick, I was upstairs in the loft, and everyone's working down below. We pretend it was an office. Like I remember the day I bought 2 air conditioners. Like that's success.
Yeah. Remember when we bought
got
that?
one. We were excited.
But it was like, it's hot. We're like, we're going to have to do it, man.
Correct.
We're going to have to
No,
purchase
and in my
something to
case, it
manage
was
this.
Scott, who's been with me for 18 years. Is like, he's in a t-shirt. He's like, Brett, this is too fucking hot. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I remember buying 2 air conditioners.
He's probably sweating like, it's okay in here, man. It's all right.
But that was a success moment. I remember I used to, back in the day, you know, we'd get faxes for
fax
orders.
machine.
For orders.
Damn.
So when the fax machine rung, it's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Let's go see. That was success. Or we would take checks to the bank at Chase to go deposit it. And I remember thinking all the time, I want the teller to look up at me. Because hopefully the numbers are getting bigger. She never fucking looked up at me. You know? And at one point it was like, I think I think the deposit was like 700,000. And I'm like, she's gonna look up. She's gonna look up. She still didn't fucking look up. You know, like
she's strong. I would have looked up and said, "Hi,
but
how are you doing today?"
But success it's a relative thing.
Yeah.
It's still hard to define what that really is, for me at least. But it's all relative to where you are at that time.
Thing is, if you probably bought £2 to her, that's when she'd look up.
Yeah.
Or if you said, here's $10. Maybe she would have been like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
750,000. You're not even giving me $10.
Yeah, but I wanted that natural reaction. You know, I wanted that.
Yeah.
But then.
Hello, Mr. Berish.
But
in an English accent.
But I think that's where, maybe if it was an English accent, it would be better. But I think that's where the drive comes from too, because and I say this all the time, I have a big freaking chip on my shoulder to prove people or to prove myself or prove what we're doing. So in some sick way, it helps me.
Yeah. You want her to look up.
Correct.
So she never ever did in the
Never
whole
did.
time. You
This
switch
is
back.
why you're successful.
So I
You
got
owe it
that.
to
I
her.
got that bitch fired. No, I'm just kidding.
She knows she is.
Yeah.
Where does the chip come from then? Like, is it you always had it from school or?
Honest to God, I think it comes from. It's my own fault, and I think everyone who can appreciate this. Anytime you ask somebody, "What do you think?" You're asking for it.
Yeah.
So I spent 31 years asking everybody else, "What do you think of this idea? What do you think of this? What do you think of this?" And in this case, I love my father to death. He's not an entrepreneur, so you can't force somebody to be me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when I constantly went to him with ideas, and he didn't want me to do anything. He just wants me to, you know, be secure and happy.
Yeah.
But it's my fault. It's not his fault, but it's when I finally realized it's still in me. It's like, it's when people say no, it's not good. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. So the thing about my brands are, and I've had to date, I think 4 hugely successful brands. No one believed in them. No one thought they would work. Ace of Spades, you're nuts. It's not, you can't compete with Cristal or Krug or Dom. BELAIRE, you can't compete with Moet and Veuve.
Yeah.
Bamboo, premium rum isn't the thing, but we're the #1 premium rum in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's constantly no. So that's the drive.
Yeah.
That's the drive.
That's crazy. They didn't believe in you after you've made all of
It's
these
still
other
the
things.
same. I was even at this conference where we're with, I shouldn't say this, we're with our importer. The day before I gave the speech about our brands, I asked somebody, he was this whiskey expert. I said, "What do you think of the Deacon?" And he's like, "Oh, I love the liquid, but I really don't like the package." And I'm like, "Fuck you." You know? But that's like, I can't help but think like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take it personal. There's times where when you put something out there, I'm not even asking anyone because I don't want to hear your
It's
shit
hard.
today.
It's
Like I remember one of my friends sent me something. I said, "Do you want feedback?" He said, "My heart can't take that right now."
it's hard
I
though.
can't take that right now. Maybe in a week, but right now, I just made this song. I can't have anybody say something mad about it.
Correct.
Like I'm still tired from the work I put in.
Correct.
Like you can't just
You
come
got to
and say,
put blinders on. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just go do it. And that's the problem. I think a lot of people. And I think when I interview a lot of singers and artists, and I've always asked this one question because I'm just curious. It's the same question. Your biggest hit, did you think it was going to be successful? And 99% of the time, no. And in fact, they didn't even like it.
Yeah.
But what they did is they just let it go.
Yeah.
And the problem then is, right after that is, then they're successful and then everyone's got input now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're taking all this input, so they're afraid to release shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're afraid to put it out there.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's like my daughter. You know, she overanalyzes every post she makes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
she puts out there. You just got to let it go and try shit. Just try shit.
Yeah. I think if we was to be like starting this podcast now, I would have way more anxiety about, but is it going to be good or is it as good as this? Is it as good as that? Whereas when we started, we were just like, let's just do it. There was
Correct.
nothing to even measure
Correct.
it against. It was like, this is the thing. Let's just go for it.
And
that energy is what allowed it to even get this far.
correct.
Because I see people say, "Oh, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, I might not even be your target audience.
Yeah,
I could
right.
think
Yeah.
of shit. That don't mean it's gonna be.
But you're going to
shit.
figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a saying, which makes sense in my head. Sometimes not having a plan is a great plan.
yeah.
Because you have an idea, just go do it and then see
Work
where
it
it
out.
goes. Where it goes. Because
Yeah.
if you're sticking to one thing the whole time, if that thing doesn't work, you've stuck to it way too long.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to pivot always.
True. Let life mold it.
Correct.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But I need another drink.
Yes. I'll be
I
joining you.
I'm gonna get on the bamboo.
Of course.
That white one.
trade with you.
My God.
That one.
I want to try the white one. Just bamboo, not the Vion, please.
I'm gonna have
We're
a go
not
at this
doing
one
that.
though.
What's that?
That's
Oh,
rosé.
Yeah, this is me.
you're being told something.
Oh, yeah. There's some in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This got
yeah.
chilled,
Yeah.
man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Chilled. Yeah.
Oh, we got display bottles and
And we got fridge bottles.
So have you had cream?
Of course.
yes,
This
and
is
I'll
our
never
favorite drink.
forget the day I had it. We have it on camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't.
How much you
believe
liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Bailey's was my favorite
This
drink.
is perfect. You skip lunch, skip dinner. It's all
Yeah.
in the bottle.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like it's thick as well.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh, the liquid
it's
lunch,
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the drink that in the can?
Nourishment.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's everything in there. Like, but that's smooth. Like that's a really nice one. Thank you. I remember there was like
Oh yeah.
Do you feel
There
like
we go.
people share alcohol more than they share like?
How come he got more?
How do I describe it? It's like, I remember my brother said something like, for example, if you like, people are likely to share things that cause pain for some reason.
It's true.
Like alcohol, you'd be like, yeah, have
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
have some. Like,
Or
join me.
or just the opposite. It's like, oh, this shit's terrible. Try this.
Yeah. I do that in the group chat. If I see something crazy on the internet, I'll be like, I'm not the only one to see this.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna see
This
this
shit smells
too.
like crap. You got to smell this.
Honestly.
The smell one was the worst.
This is amazing. So this is, if you like Bailey's, this is
Bailey's
just gonna-
was my favorite
This
drink
is
on
gonna kill
this,
it.
I'll be honest with
This
you.
is
Yeah.
I'll feel sorry for you because you'll never go back.
Nah,
I tasted it. I said, "Is there nutmeg in this?" Because this is like,
Mm.
what else is
If we
in
can
there?
find the clip, we'll show you.
There's
'cause
like
we were shocked.
cinnamon or something
This is-
inside it.
This is so nice. The beauty is, hopefully, of all the brands is when you taste it. If you had 10 people all describing what they taste, my goal is everyone saying something different. Because I want complexity, I want character, I want lots of notes to come through. Because if it's simple, that's not it. I want things to happen. Because that's part of the storytelling.
Have you guys developed any bad habits with money? So open to the room.
Bad
Bad habits with money.
Yeah,
Yes.
where did it? Yeah, go on.
I think I'm shaking it now because I always have that like open hand theory, like, okay, don't hold on to it, because you hold on to it, you're disallowing opportunities that can allow it to grow, if that makes sense. But sometimes I'm like, don't spend this now because it's not going to come back.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then there's times, most of the time I'm like, actually let it go. But I still have that habit of, oh wait, be careful, what if you need it tomorrow? And that might stop you from making a good decision today. So I think that's a habit that I have sometimes.
So you want to make more bad decisions with the money, though?
Um,
Isn't there better stories to tell in the bad decisions? Like,
There is, but
there's a story, but sometimes I don't want a story and no house. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a house over my head and no stories. Like, like,
Yeah, we got responsibilities now, so it's a bit different. But definitely, I was more open hand, and recently it's been like, right, like I think paying for a wedding, you start thinking, right, like this is just leaving. Like,
love is expensive.
It's really expensive.
Aye.
Love
So
is
I'm
expensive.
Like, I don't know if I can just be as.
My God. But
Yeah.
Brett, you said you married twice?
Yeah.
So how expensive is that love then?
Well, because you made me think of this.
He's paid for two.
I should have realized and I have a daughter and I love her to death, so I wouldn't change the world.
Yeah.
We understand, but they're shit, like they're bastards, right? Like they're crazy.
But if you ask all my family, they'll say, Brett, you fucked up. Like, you shouldn't have done it.
Right.
And it was based on the wedding.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a vegan wedding.
Vegan wedding.
And I am not a vegan guy. Like,
no.
and to this day, if you ask anybody who was at that wedding, they're like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah, and that's
we
a
saw-
bad spend. It could cost a shitload.
A vegan
And I was
wedding?
not
saw a
happy.
vegan birthday party once. It was horrible.
What?
I remember in the basement, it was like carrots and tomatoes.
Oh,
It was
my
a child's
God.
party as well.
Crazy. It was like
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
sad. That was sad.
God.
She said bringing the celery sticks. I was like, damn, this child is going through it right now.
I have to say this because you're making me realize that I'm gonna. You literally, if I think about the beginning of my marriage and the end of my marriage, it both had to do with the fact of vegan food.
Yeah.
So the beginning, I didn't get what I wanted at the dinner, and at the end of the marriage, I remember being in a huge fight because we went camping, and it was her sister, her sister, a friend of ours. It was couples. We went camping, and they had the big, really nice. In the U.S., we call it a Weber grill. Weber,
Right.
it's a type of brand, big, huge grill.
Yeah.
And they're cooking vegan burgers on
Oh,
it.
fuck it now.
And we had this little fucking Bunsen burner, like you do in school to light a fire, like this big, and it's real meat.
On the blue flame.
Yeah.
And we got in a huge argument because there was two of us had to cook our meat on like fake fire.
Yeah.
And she's cooking on real coals, and that was the end. That was the end.
So we can't cross-contaminate these
Yeah,
burgers.
but it just hit me. Like that, the beginning and the end is the same story.
Me.
There you go. So you
You
should have
need
known from
meat.
the
Yes,
beginning.
you need meat. You need meat.
how was the divorce?
Yeah.
I need to be scared of it. Scare me.
Yeah, I'm extremely scared of it. And there's times where I'm premature, like I think it's coming. And it's not.
It's
It's not. But I'm thinking, hey, if I continue, maybe the
She's gonna
pattern.
leave.
Yeah.
it's everyone's got a different story. It was terrible, but the greatest thing happened is I got a beautiful daughter out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And we were divorced when she was less than 1, and we split the time in half between us. And she's
Right.
an amazing girl.
Nice.
Amazing.
So that means she's a good mother?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Have you watched the show Succession?
Yes.
Would you hand the business over to your daughter?
I have 6 kids now.
Oh, who? Have you-
Yeah, I want them to fight just like
You must love that show.
Whoever wants it.
You must love that show.
Let's watch together.
I-
This is a family.
it's like the dollar bill in the street and the guys
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, he's just pulling it. No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy who I wouldn't. I think for the same reason, my dad was in the liquor business for 45 years, and
Right.
I swear he didn't want any of us to do it because there's this sense of he'll feel like it's his responsibility if it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, like he
Like,
didn't teach you
yeah.
right, or he led you astray.
Yeah, I don't want to put the pressure. Like as long as they're happy, they're happy.
But
That's
you've
it.
ended up okay.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind of a thing to take that away from them. because of how you feel. That's a bit selfish, right?
No, but the first 6, 8, 10 years
Was horrible.
horrible, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it was horrible for him
Yeah.
watching this all happen. Just
Yeah.
horrifying. Today, come on, he's happy as hell. He loves it. And,
Yeah.
But I get it now. Like back then, I didn't understand it. Now I get it. Now I
Yeah.
get it.
As a father.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I want to ask 2 questions just before I forget. What is because again, like we're married, getting married. What is the start of the end? Let's say if you're thinking, okay, this is not going the right way. What was that moment where you're like, oh, this is actually the start of the end? Because I remember Chris Rock made a comment saying that when you're married, when you're in a relationship, you're breaking up for 50% of it. Basically, like when you look back, you realize actually half of this relationship was probably breaking up.
You're 100%. He's 100% right.
Right.
100%. It was you're the same arguments. So the arguments you had day one,
Yeah.
versus when it ends.
Right.
And if I look back, I've been married now 13 years. I have 5
Congratulations.
kids. I'm happy as hell, and I couldn't see myself. I have none of those same issues. But what's wild is the person I married is completely opposite of
Right.
who I was with before in
Okay.
physically every aspect. So that's interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you meet her once you were successful, or did you meet her on the?
Oh no, she had more money than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I had nothing.
Yeah.
It's not like she had anything, but she'll joke that she had. Definitely, it was horrifying, and she was there when.
How did that make you feel?
Which part?
Like, as in her having more money than you, and you know,
is the equivalent of I had nothing and she had like $35,000.
Right,
So this
right.
isn't like.
oh yeah, it's not she's a millionaire
No,
and you're
no.
like zero, but
No.
but still, if you got 0 and she's got 35, she's still got a lot more money than you.
Well, when we did the wedding, I paid for she paid for the wedding and I paid for the honeymoon.
Okay.
Something like that. We split it.
I pay for the carrots.
But it is a nice thing to know that she was there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I wanted to get onto, like, because
Yeah.
obviously you're fortunate that you've met your partner before all of this. Like, do you think it's
100%.
hard?
Or I'll say it differently. We have no prenup, and if anything ever bad
deserved
happens,
it.
she deserves everything.
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah.
So I have
yeah.
no
Got you.
issues.
Yeah.
I have no issues.
Got
That's
you,
good.
got you.
But we should definitely sign a post-nup.
Where should you go on your honeymoon?
She's not pulling her weight no more. She's a bit lazy.
What was the question?
Honeymoon. Where did
we
you go?
went to an all-inclusive sandals resort. You ever heard of Sandals?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In St. Lucia.
Okay.
Yeah, in St.
Nice.
Lucia. Yeah, which was great.
If
Loved
you
it.
said California, I was about to say.
Do you do, so you've been married 13 years. Did you do 5 and 10 year anniversary?
If I remember them, yes. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not good with that. Good.
I'm just trying to know what I need to do.
In order to get to 13.
Yeah,
it's
It's hard. Like I'm good at some things. I'm terrible at others. I'm terrible at gifts. Horrifying. And it's also because everything I've ever gotten her, she's returned. So it's just depressing.
Oh
Yeah.
Good at
man.
flowers. Does she like flowers?
I'm terrible at that.
Oh
We're all bad
man.
at that. Most of us are horrible at that.
Yeah.
What flowers? I'm good with flowers.
Yeah, you're
I'm
good.
bad.
You like Interflow, and I hate Interflow.
Oh
man.
yeah,
What's
yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's a flower delivery service, but they're just they overcharge, man.
Yeah, they charge more, yeah. But you get a
So-
good quality. They use like the best like florist in the area or whatever it be. And then
Do you guys still buy flowers and shit?
yeah, and shit.
Sorry.
Yes, I buy flowers and shit.
My wife
Yeah, I
bought
should do
me
that more.
flowers that never die, so she doesn't have to buy me.
Oh,
buy
on
me
a
flowers
drink
again.
champs thing.
Yeah. I was like, that's not fair.
If you did that to her, she wouldn't like
it
it.
wouldn't go down well.
But if we were all smart, we should just like get on an app and just every
Schedule
3
it,
months.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh, I did the smartest
Is
thing.
there an
Like,
app for that already?
I'm
do
sure
that.
there is.
all
There
do.
definitely
They all
is
do
like
it.
a subscription.
But I'm
100%.
not paying for it.
Yeah, because she might not deserve the flowers every month, but I'm paying monthly, so therefore I'm not getting my money's worth.
Yeah.
But like, I did the smartest thing when we went
God.
to Kenya the other day. You know, there's times where you're like, oh, that was so smart of me.
Yeah.
brownie points.
Yeah,
Well
yeah,
done.
yeah.
You thought about yourself. You thought outside of yourself.
Mhm.
So we was going Kenya and I knew, oh shoot, she's gonna be with both the kids. It's gonna be really strenuous. It's gonna be, and she's gonna see me enjoying myself out here. She's gonna see it. She's gonna look at my story, and I'm gonna post it. So I was like, I'm gonna schedule flowers on Wednesday, just when she's at hump day, just when it's at the peak. These kids are pissing me off. I want to put them in the bin. The flowers are gonna arrive.
Yeah.
And like she sent me the picture, like, oh my god. I was like,
Yo, guys, I know you're enjoying the content, but I had to stop it. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and most importantly, subscribe, bruv. Fam, we're trying to hit 100K this year, and we can't do it without you guys. So listen, take a second and hit that subscribe button. Thank you.
Tem, let's do an introduction.
yeah, let's do an introduction for sure. 90s Baby Show. My name is Temi Akumi.
I'm Fred Santana.
And we got a shooter in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Brett, he has a gun on him. No, I'm
Those
joking. Those guys. They're shooting us right now. It's the cameras we're talking about. I'm just joking.
Concealed carry.
Yeah. And he's getting wedded off real soon and we'll be there. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
But the shooter's still going to be shooting, even on his honeymoon, because we're going to make sure he's still got episodes to watch whilst he's away. Of
will.
course. they got overseas, underseas, on God and him, on him and God. Is my nigga VP in the cut? That's a scary sight.
Yo.
And we got a big entrepreneur, CEO, owner, however you would like to call yourself, a very cool person, Rick Ruben-esh.
I just drink.
You just drink.
I just go to drinking.
We have Brett Berish with us today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been a long time coming. We wanted to get it done, and then thank you, Misha and Sophie, for arranging it. And there was a point where it was like, oh yeah, we could get it done, and we could do like a Zoom. It's like, nah, let's wait till he's in
love
London.
it.
Yeah.
But I haven't been here. I haven't been here. I think last time it's been a minute, but last time I was here, I got to interview Charlie Sloth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Depow, who I love. Dapper, yeah.
Right.
Man's Not Hot.
Yeah.
I love Michael. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
he's a cool
Michael's
guy.
cool.
Who else? David Burtwhistle.
Don't know that one.
He's an actor. He's
Let me look. David Bells. I feel like I
who
should
else? Nikki Slimting.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah,
director.
yeah.
Director.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. What was that film he did?
Oh, I can't remember, but I
Yes.
know him.
Jamaica as well with Femi.
Ah,
In Jamaica?
Shoot.
Yeah, they did part 2 in Jamaica.
I know.
The
it had
Gets
all
was
the-
in it as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I
Oh.
can't remember the
Ronan
name of
was
the
in
film.
it.
Yes,
Everyone was
yes,
in it.
yes.
I can't
Yeah,
remember the name
yeah.
of it, but yeah.
But some really cool people. Very
Yeah.
cool people.
Yeah.
Hardy
yeah.
Caprio.
DiCaprio, you say?
Hardy
Hardy
Caprio.
Caprio.
Oh, Hardy
Yeah,
Caprio.
yeah, yeah.
Who else? It's a whole
Okay.
bunch of
What
great
made
people.
you want to start interviewing? Because obviously, like, clearly this is your main thing. What was it that was like, okay, let me start doing interviews?
It was when Instagram came about and people are we have a ton of followers, which is amazing. And we don't advertise. And when you see it or with our followers, they're holding bottles. To me, they're doing the same thing I'm doing, which is I've done something, I've achieved something, I'm celebrating something. And that's what I think the brands mean. And then I started thinking about it from this idea of our ethos is this kind of self-made idea. That was the idea. And I just I felt like I was at that point where I wanted, it's my way of giving back, meaning I want to talk to either you're big or you're up and coming, but share your story to motivate that next person to do the same thing. And then, so it's been big people like Wayne or Wiz or Steve Aoki, but then it's trying to find the next up and coming person to give them a platform to talk about themselves. But then I create this big family where everyone's helping each other.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. So we had a guy at who was Navy Kenzo as an example, who's from, is it Cameroon? Their husband and wife, they just did a song. BELAIRE's all over it. I interviewed them. Ross loved it. Now wants to do a song with them. But they're all part of the family. Like
Yeah.
that's
Right,
the goal.
right,
It's
right,
all
right,
part
right.
of the same thing. So that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I want to understand you as a CEO a little more. So let's start with the pandemic. Because I remember there was a CEO that wanted his staff in office 5 days a week, and staff were unhappy with that. They were like this is like post-pandemic, and it was like, life has changed. I can't be doing this commute no more. What type of CEO are you pre, post, during? Like, what kind of things were you doing to ensure your staff remained happy and wanted to stay at the company?
I think the pandemic made me realize I'm really good under pressure. That makes sense. And I like it. And not that I like it, I can handle it.
Yeah.
And one of the things I did is I changed my name, and on your emails or your phone, and I changed it to Brett all in Berish. And the whole point was, I'm all in. I'm committed to this. No one's going anywhere. We're all in this together. And it wasn't just the employees. It was meant to tell all our distributors, all our accounts, all the trade, the bars, the restaurants. We're all in this with you. We're here to help you. We're here to do things for you. And we started going on Zoom. We started creating assets for accounts to try to get them local business, for deliveries. Anything. I got all our celebrity friends to start motivating. We got Ross on and Caledon and Wiz and Wayne giving shout outs to accounts, to distributors, to importers, motivating them. We're going to get through this. It's going to happen.
When you're saying Wiz, who are you referring to?
Khalifa.
Oh, Wiz. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
But that to me was, I don't know. That's what a CEO should do, is to create this family aspect where either we're all going to sink or none of us are going to sink mentality. And that was the goal.
Yeah. It's a bit scary when that's happening, because I remember at the time when I was working at one of my previous companies, there was a point where CEO was like, look, I'm at the point where I'm not even paying my mortgage. I'm just doing this. And I was like, wait, hold on, this is a bit scary, because if you're not paying your mortgage, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? But he was all into that sense. He was like, look, I would even put myself aside. Whether it's true or not, it was some leadership thing to do, to just say, look, I'll even put myself on the line to make sure you guys are okay, or whatever it be. But
it was it was the scariest time. I mean, it's crazy what we've all went through. It was the scariest time in the world.
Yeah,
you thought business is gone, everyone's stopping, nothing's happened. It was scary. It was scary. But I think, and we my brother and I, who run the company, we stopped taking salaries. Everyone got a salary reduction. And then long story short, everyone got their money back.
Right.
Everyone got paid back. Like,
oh, nice.
So
because I know a lot of businesses that are like, you took that L and that's it. No, we're paying you normal from next month.
Again, the way I think about it is, I want to be treated the way I want to treat everyone else, the way I would want to be treated. It's we didn't get here alone. Everyone got here with us. Like, it's whether the good or the bad, you got to think that way. You got to think that way.
What kind of person are you? Like, I don't even know if you can answer this, but it's like, deep down, like, are you the way you want to be, or are you the way you are because of who you are to people? And I'll elaborate just to explain that further, because it's like, you might want to be flashy, but you're thinking, actually, I'm a CEO. I don't want people to think that, oh, look, he's doing this, but he's paying us this, or, oh, he's living this lifestyle, but he's not doing this for us, or whatever it be. So it's like, do you feel like the way you are is because of who you are, or are you actually who you want to be right now? Do you know what I mean?
I think I'm continuing to evolve and hope to be what I want to be.
Right.
Meaning, freer. I don't know how to say it's such a good question. It's such a big question.
It's tough. I don't even know how to ask it.
I'm not, again, I look at it as I'm a work in process.
Right.
But the way I dress, the way I act, it feels like me. There's moments where I'll get pissed at myself where, why did I do that? That's not me.
Right.
So I try to learn from that.
What's one of those moments?
I like that answer. It feels like me. Because you don't really know who you are. You know what I mean? Not in that way, but.
It's a good question. I think there's always those moments where you feel like you fucked up and you should have done something different or said something different. Or if I use when we did this conference 2 days ago, when I went up on stage and spoke, it was me. And the reaction that everyone came up to me afterwards and said, "Oh my God, I loved it. You didn't sound like everybody else. Everyone had a story to tell me based on what I said." That felt great because it was me. So there's always those moments where I should have said something. I should have done something. I should have done it differently. That's when it eats me alive, and I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I hate those.
But it's taken me a long time. I can't say I was like this. I'm constantly evolving. I'm constantly learning.
I hate when you have an argument with somebody and then you remember what you should have said.
I should have, could have, would have.
Yeah. I would have finished that.
It's the worst.
What do you think of the world we live in?
Oh gosh.
Like if someone was to get inside your head, pause, like, what would they see? What would they see that you hope for, you wish for how things were in this world that we live in?
I'll give you an example.
Sobriety. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Brett just wants everyone to be sober.
I think like people always ask like our rum bamboo, and they always because we sell it in 70, 80 countries.
Yeah.
And people always say every country's different, but they're not. We all want the same things.
Yeah.
We all want a better life. We all want something a little bit more. We all want to be happy. So to me, I think there's this perception that everything is different everywhere.
Yeah.
But we all feel the same way.
Yeah.
So I think on one hand there's that. On the other hand, I'll give you an example. I've been traveling for 8 weeks now, visiting different countries for work. And I went to Egypt, and in Egypt, everybody wears, it's called a galabaya, which is this long gown.
Right.
And my whole family and I bought one, and they're amazing. You don't wear anything underneath.
Oh, it's perfect, right? Like in Dubai, it's brilliant.
Correct.
And it keeps you so cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I wore it every day, and I fucking loved it.
You don't wear boxers?
Oh, I wore
Okay, all right, cool.
And but it's breezy. It's really breezy. It's really breezy. But so I wore it in Egypt, and I'm walking around, and no one looks at me different because I look like everybody else.
Yeah. Everyone's blending in. It's like uniform.
And then I arrive in Greece with my family, and there's supposed to be a car waiting for us, and the guy's kind of half holding the sign down, and he sees me, and he and I'm waving at him, and he's like looking at me like, really? And then he lifts up the sign to show me, and I said, yeah, that's me. He's like, you sure? And I said, it is. And he's like, oh, I thought you were with your family. And I said, I am. And here they are. And they're all dressed normally except me. And I just look different, and the reaction's different.
Yeah.
And then I wear it in Greece, and everyone's looking at me like I'm a Greek Orthodox priest.
Yeah. Right.
Literally. Because I have white and black hair and long beard. And then I get to Ireland, and now I'm in Ireland, and I fucking love this thing, and I'm wearing it everywhere.
Ireland.
Yeah. So now I'm on a hill. I'm on this hill in Ireland where there's this old castle, and there's lots of tourists. And I'm walking around, and I got my hands behind my back because I feel
it's looking like the second coming.
Yes.
He knows what he's doing.
It's looking like the second coming of Christ.
There's the breaking of bread. He's handing out bamboo to everybody.
And then someone walks over to me, and it's like, I have to ask, what religion is this? And I go, my last name's Berish, so I go, it's called BERISH. And they're like, well, where's it from? I said, it's just a small religion from Chicago. And they're like, oh, okay. And then, the guide who's taking us around is laughing. And then I realize if I go home and wear this, I'll probably get shot. But wearing something is like this different feeling.
100%.
Wherever you go.
Especially with your hands behind your back as well.
Yeah.
Like you just look wise. You look like you don't need to protect yourself. You're already protected.
So our nanny came. Our nanny came with us for the whole trip, and her husband came and he's black, and he's wearing full turban. We got him a turban, a headgear, and the galambea, and he and I are walking around together, and Charles decides to say to everybody he meets, "Shamalama Ding Dong," and no one knows. He's from Queens, New York. No one knows how to react. No one knows.
That. Shamalama
Ding Dong. So he's saying it everywhere. No one knows how to react to him. And this is in Greece. Anyways, that's my
yeah. I had good clothes will make attracts people to you, because remember we was in Kenya.
Yeah.
And the Asian lady took a picture with you outside.
Oh yeah. Because I was wearing something. It was basically something as bright as this.
Yeah.
I'll show you the shirt. It was super bright, super colourful, and she was wearing like a head tie, the same colour, and she was wearing something. She was like, "You like stand there."
I want to take a picture.
Yeah, and she's like, "I want to, but I'm gonna be in the picture too." Like she didn't actually speak like English, but she was like to one of these like, "Here, phone."
Yep.
Take you stand here. Like I was like, okay. Like I don't know what she's doing with that
Isn't
picture.
that amazing though?
Yeah. It like made her comfortable
It
enough.
defines you.
Yeah.
It's something like.
And that's the kind of things
100%.
that make me happy, man. There's not enough of that in the world.
Like colours, you mean, or
Not colours, just moments like that. People who don't speak the same language.
yeah.
100%.
I don't
You're
know
right.
if you've been in England or London specifically long enough, and if you've ever been to like Liverpool,
Yeah.
this place is horrible. You guys been Liverpool?
We just came from there.
Yeah.
I just got this from
I
yesterday.
obviously love Liverpool, but the places.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
nice. Like
The people are nice.
The
Yeah.
people in that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember they'll tell us if you was doing a crossword on the tube here, like no one would help you.
Yeah.
If you said, "Bruv, I need help on 4 down," the whole carriage will get involved in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Like,
people
outside
tell
of
me,
London, they're really nice.
Oh, so you like that in a good way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all get involved.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I always
Yeah.
wanted to start this. Like the only time people might talk on the tube in London is on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Like there might be someone that
You think they're scared of everyone around them?
I don't know. It's like you don't want to bother people, or you feel like you might get a bad response if you go to someone, or sometimes you're not in the mood and someone's in the mood, and it's like, don't talk to me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I'm not in the mood for it. It's very different.
But isn't it a culture shock when you go to Liverpool? Then it's like, whoa, why is everyone so nice?
a
Yeah.
little bit, but you just want to acclimatize as quickly as possible because
Yeah.
you know you're gonna leave soon.
Yeah.
Back to here, and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
I just
You
enjoy
can't
myself.
take that.
Sometimes you just want to just embed yourself in their culture and just enjoy yourself. But like here, I don't know, it's a rat race, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very different. Like when I went on the walk with my brother, like we went on like a trail walk or whatever, and like where we were was only like an hour and a half away from London. Like even that, it was probably like half an hour because it was an hour away from home or so. But we wasn't far out, and everyone was just like, "Hey, morning," as we was walking past. And I was like,
it's weird.
"This is fucking
What the
strange.
fuck do you want?"
What the fuck do you want with me, man?"
You probably be honking the horn.
like I'm looking back thinking, are they calling someone to be like, hey, there's these guys walking around? Like like you're
is
just very
weird.
defensive.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm not used to it.
Yep.
And like when I got back, I was like, maybe I should say good morning to like 5. I would do that sometimes on the way to work. I'll be like, I'm gonna say good morning or smile at 5 people.
Yeah.
And after the first one, I'm like, oh fuck that, man.
Yeah.
This is shit.
Yep.
Like, I'm not doing this.
I look like a
Yeah, I look crazy.
Yep.
I look crazy.
You're like, you look crazy. Where was you born and raised in New York?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Ooh, how's that?
But I
That's
was
our
in
perception.
the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay.
Right.
Outside,
Okay, cool.
Outside. But
Did you-
Chicago's fantastic. It gets a bad rap because of if you hear stories, but it's amazing because they call it's the Midwest, which means to me that means it's the best of both worlds. It's the best of the East Coast and West Coast. So they're nice people. The only thing that sucks, and everyone, it is true, it's very cold.
Right.
Very cold.
city.
But it's a beautiful city. Any city that's on the water is gorgeous.
Favorite
Yeah.
This is on the
sport?
lake.
Basketball.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up with Michael, so
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what that was like, man.
Oh,
Yeah, to
I
witness
would die.
someone in that
He's-
era.
He's
like,
the GOAT. No one else is. That was just amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. But I'm a Bulls, Bears, Cubs, White Sox, anything
Chicago.
Everything.
Whenever you grow up, that's what happens. When you grow up, it's like it's your team and no one else.
Yeah.
No one else.
Have you ever met Kevin Hart?
No. Do you think he's funny?
Do you know what? I do now.
Yeah.
What,
He's
like,
got a new stand-up.
he's got a new one, and
Oh,
I
I
was
need to check
watching
it
a
out.
clip of it literally on the way here, and I was laughing. I was like, this is the first time in a while that I've laughed
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel there was a period he was probably spreading himself too thin, and maybe now because I haven't paid attention to him as much, that if
Yeah.
I watch something,
it's
I'm like,
refreshing.
Yeah,
I know,
maybe the
if I go
novelty
back
wore
to
off.
Kevin Hart's early days,
Brilliant.
I'll be like, this is. You always feel like sometimes if you go back now, you'd feel like, right, this is ahead of its time. It's like that's even like Eddie Murphy and Chris
But
Rock.
that's
like,
what I was just gonna. But that's what I was just gonna say. It's almost like comedy to me is like sports. You grow up with somebody and you don't want to like anybody else. So Eddie was the guy. Eddie's stand-up bits. If you ever haven't seen it, Eddie's bit about the ice cream.
Yeah.
I just watched it. Correct. I just watched it all again last week. It's the funniest freaking thing. So you don't want to like anybody else. Like that's your guy. It's like Michael. Michael's, it can't be LeBron. It's Michael. Like what you grow up with. And a comedian to me is the same thing. It's like, I don't want to like anybody else. I like Eddie.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone is too relatable because just the whole bit of like the mum throwing the change out.
That was the first because obviously social media now is showing us how close our lives all are. But that was the first time where it's like he went through that too. Eddie Murphy in America. I'm watching this. I'm even listening to it on an iPod. I'm thinking he went through the same thing I went through. It's crazy.
But you weren't wearing leather at the time.
No way. I'm still not wearing leather. There was one point I wanted leather trousers though.
But that was also the best part. Is like seeing him like that.
Red leather, crazy.
That's why, because obviously for us, like we had photo albums, like we had printed pictures. Like our brothers' kids, they're not gonna have that. So every time I'm around them, I always try to get pictures. It will never like see Instagram, but so that when they're 18. 30, 45, they can see
I try to take
what they was like as kids.
pictures.
It's so important. Like, it's not just for Instagram. It's for them to look at.
When they're older.
We're even like, I feel like it's so toxic now with like how like superficial everything is, because sometimes I want to take a picture and then I want to take a picture of my daughter the way she is, because I want her to see. In 20 years, look at how you was eating ice cream. Look at yogurt was all on your face when you wanted to eat. I want her to know that, because I've got pictures like that. And she'll be like, wait, clean her face. I'm like, no, leave it the way it is. I need her to know, like, this is how things, like, this is like how it was.
I just said, literally, so my oldest is 24, and 2 days ago, like, you know how your phone sometimes does that app where it just shows you random pictures? So it showed me this. She must have been like 5. And I swear to God, if I showed you this picture, even she says it. She looks like a little, like the freakiest devil you've ever seen. Like horrified. So I sent her the picture 2 days ago, and all I could write, I couldn't stop laughing. And all I wrote is "I love you." But it's just horrifying. Like that picture. Like you want that. You
but
want
like there's this whole sense of no, tidy her up, make her like, she'll do like a whole this. I'm like, no, man, just as you are, like
candid,
be natural.
I said the other day, I can't wait for which boy or girl. I was just thinking, if I had a girl, like I need you to go to school in a princess outfit and cowboy boots. Like, I need you to have that level of 100%. This is how you want to go to school today. No problem, okay. Get in the back. Let's go.
I remember taking my same daughter to Disney World. It was just her and I, and she must have been 7 or 8. And I bought her a Snow White outfit because that's what she wanted. We went into the bathroom at Disney World. She put it on. And she turns to me and she says, "Dad, I'm going to need help spelling my name when they ask me for my autograph." Because you know how the characters sign? That's literally what she thought. Like everyone's going to think she's actually, like that moment is amazing.
What a problem solver. She said, "Oh my God, in the future, hold on. I don't know how to spell my name."
Correct. How do you spell Snow White?
Kids, man, I want them real soon. But what was the 90s like for you?
I mean, you're implying that I'm that old? Yes, I am. It's a good question. The 90s that's a great question. Boy, that's interesting. That's like, to me, as I think about it, because I'm finishing college. I had my first job. I quit after a year. I moved to Asia. I moved to Taiwan to go study Chinese.
Okay.
For no other reason that I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. And my roommate in college lived in Taiwan. So I started studying Chinese, ended up living in Asia for 5 years. I came back and I
You go with the wind because
Yeah.
of your roommate.
Yeah.
Someone else's roommate as
No,
well.
but you know what? That says a lot about me.
Yeah.
If you asked, I tend to do things to make quick decisions.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
just
Impulsive?
very,
Right.
very. But it was. I want to say it's kind of lost years
Yeah.
because I was lost at the time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy those years?
It's a great question. I think that's got to be the hardest years for me. Has to
Really?
be. Yeah.
Okay.
Because everything. Because
Because you're trying to find yourself.
100%. So really difficult. And you're making me think about it. Really difficult, very emotional. Got married, got divorced,
Yeah.
had a kid who was 1 at the time when 99, when she was born,
Right.
completely lost. But that's part of life.
Mhm.
You got to go
Yeah.
through shit. You got to
Yeah.
go through shit to get to the other side.
Yeah. You lied to yourself a lot at that time. Like, did you ever lie to yourself like, I'm enjoying this, man. This is what I want to do. I want to be in Taiwan. You know what I
no,
mean?
you know, that's my problem is I didn't do that. And I don't know how to do that. There's some people who, and I'm not that guy. If you ask me, did you enjoy your experience in Taiwan? Did you enjoy your experience in Asia? No, I hated it.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not what I wanted to do.
Mm.
So it didn't feel permanent. It didn't feel like I was ever going to stay there. It didn't feel real.
Mm.
So why am I going to BS it and say, yeah, I loved it. It was amazing. Nah, it sucked. Like there were some great things, like traveling in Asia was great, or going to new places was great. Like that's all great. And yeah, but at the end of the day, the big picture, it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked. But it sucked for me. Doesn't mean
Yourself, everybody, yeah.
but it
Yeah.
sucked for me.
How do you?
That's a depressing answer.
No,
Sorry.
no.
No,
That's
that's
the
cool.
truth.
It's
you
it's the
know?
truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is
Honestly,
depressing. You
yeah.
know. How do you look after yourself? Because like what we call it a spud or touch, and we did that, and your hand is very soft, and I was shocked at how soft your knuckles were.
No.
No, it was
No,
very
'cause you
soft.
know what?
It
In
was
my head,
extremely
yeah,
soft.
I do recall shaking your hand and feeling this hand is soft.
Like
it's
this.
not.
This is.
It's not
like,
like
this
it's
is-
not like it's like you haven't dealt
Like,
with
he
bricks
soaks, he soaks.
In my head, yeah, like for the longest time, I always felt like I'm gonna say affluent because I'm not gonna put a net worth on you. I always felt you guys got like massages and shit every day.
Every day, right?
Like,
Yeah.
that's just what I thought.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I can't wait.
He's got
to
time
do
for that.
No, you're making me.
No, I just thought every day is massage.
to me-
to just we start the day with a massage.
No.
Yeah. When you're stressed, have a massage.
You know what? Ross gets massages every day.
Oh,
I-
he has a masseuse that
Yeah,
goes
every
with it.
day.
Yeah.
I can't. I look at it like my wife's favorite. My wife's favorite. She's excited to be in London. She wants to go to Primark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there's.
What?
Hold on. There's. It's. I don't know how people. Honest to God, and everyone's different. I don't know how people. If I had billions of dollars, I'd be the same way. Meaning, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I want to find out if I would
Yeah, I
change.
know, but it
That's
doesn't.
what I would like to do.
It doesn't. It doesn't feel right. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's not me. It's
Yeah.
not. Am I going to go to Louis Vuitton and buy Chanel and shit? That's not me. I'm
Right.
buying Kid Super. That's me.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's not me. So I don't know how to.
But how do you look after yourself then to answer that question then? Like, what's your sort of like, you know, do you meditate? Do you have like a beard routine? Even though you said you
Good
don't,
question.
but
So
what's Brett looking after Brett look like?
so my example would be when my mom has a pillow she's had for like 30 years that she gave me. It says, when the mood moves, you move with it.
As in a pillowcase?
The pillow.
Okay.
So it says, when the mood moves, you move with it. And that's me. And when COVID hit, so my new thing, when COVID hit, I was losing it. I'm just stressed out. I'm freaking out. Like so much is going on. And it was like in the movie Forrest
Sure.
Gump.
Okay, right.
When Tom Hanks went running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just went walking.
Yeah.
And I walk every day for 10 to 20 miles a day.
Wow.
I just needed to get out, and I'd walk every morning, and it got to the point where I found a stick on the road, and I whittled it, and I sanded it, and I polyurethaned it. So now I'm walking with a
The stick.
and I'm walking to the
This
point.
guy.
Moses now.
Moses now, yeah.
But I'm everywhere, every day, 10 to 20 miles and different paths, different tracks. And it got to the point where I just walked straight. I called my wife and have her pick me up because it was too far to walk
Miles.
back.
Wow.
But since I haven't stopped, and I love it. I
Right.
love it.
Wow.
Every morning walking, it clears my head.
Yeah.
It helps me. I think. I do business on the phone.
Yeah.
If I don't do it, I feel like shit now. So it's been
Yeah.
3 years. Just every morning I walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it loud in your head? Like, is it busy in your head?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But it's really funny because I in the town I lived in. So one day I went to there's 2 coffee shops in town, and I know the guy who owns one of them. And Lou says to me, Brett, where's your walking stick? And I said, oh, my son has it over there. And he's like, Brett, I have to tell you something funny, but I think you're going to find it funny. I said, what? He says, there's a group of us who always sit around in the mornings and talking, and it's an older group. And one of them says, I keep seeing this homeless person outside of Starbucks. Every morning, the guy's always there. And then somebody else says, well, I keep seeing this guy walking around the neighborhood every morning with a walking stick with a big beard.
Yeah.
And Lou's like, no, that's Brett. He's not a homeless person. So I get that a lot. But I love walking.
Do you have a favorite superhero?
No. The answer is yes, but it's me.
I knew he was going to say
No.
Go on.
So my friend Omar, who married us, who I told you,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and I and my wife and my daughter, this is 8-9 years ago, we're talking about superheroes. And I was saying how hard it is to come up with a new superhero.
Yeah.
So I came up with my own superhero that my wife, for my birthday, this is why she's amazing and I suck. She's an artist. She made me a comic of me.
Oh,
And the superhero's name is Extremity.
Extremity.
And Extremity's superpower is he can take himself apart and put himself back together, and he uses himself to his advantage.
Oh,
So he can
okay.
pull off his arm and use it as a weapon, or pull out his veins and tie you up, or pull out his eye and throw it and see you. So he's called Extremity. So
That's
me.
cold.
Yeah.
She made that up.
So I have 3. She made a comic book out of it. So I have a series of 3. She made 3 for us, for the family.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a
she's
tough act to
good.
follow.
Yeah.
Still,
That's tough. Yeah. It must be tough being married to her.
you want this bamboo?
That's right. That's my answer.
I got the deacon.
Men are useless, you know.
Oh man,
We're
we
not
don't
like this,
They
man.
pay attention. They just
just
pay.
do.
They listen
Correct.
different.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
when we're talking, they're listening. Like
Yeah.
we're just hearing them
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
moment. Like, what do we need to respond to? And they're thinking, you're saying, on your 35th birthday, I'm gonna get that for you. Like, it's
Have you ever
crazy.
caught her not listening though? You'd be like, hold on, you're not listening to me.
Yeah, we had a huge 100%. I was going through some. It's like I take everything personally, so it's very stressful.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we had an argument because I said to her, I'm going through all this shit. I want to kill myself, and you're asking me what I'm going to do for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that feeling.
Yeah.
Like everything is going on.
Yeah,
All this
yeah.
shit's happening to me,
Hey,
and
man,
you're
I'm
pissed
sick
at
of
me
that
because I'm missing Valentine's.
yeah. Did you not hear what I was
Yes,
going
correct.
through?
Like that
Hey,
moment. That moment.
That's a horrible day, man.
Oh
What,
my
Valentine's
God.
Day?
Oh my god,
You hate it still.
Pressure.
I hate that day. It's pressure.
Oh my God, what's
Pressure.
pressure like with Valentine's? Like, let's say with like your friends, like, is it like, are people like, oh, I flew out to Paris on my private jet somewhere, and do you know what I mean? What are your friends doing
But
for
wasn't
Valentine's?
it G Herbo that petaled off the whole bedroom? You know,
Something
them
like
rappers,
that. Yeah,
money,
yeah,
They
yeah.
just be peddling shit off.
Yeah.
The girls start posting it on Twitter and Instagram, and you just think, oh, for fuck's sake,
man.
Who's even gonna clean that up?
Yeah.
It's
Like,
true.
I ain't got time for all that.
I just got her a dozen
my
and you
house.
filled the
It's
whole room.
Tuesday.
But that's the problem because everyone sees what everyone else is doing. So then the pressure.
Yeah.
You gotta, what are you gonna do?
Mm.
What are you gonna do that's better?
Like, it's
I was
serious
my
pressure
flowers
on men.
yesterday. I haven't got nothing. Big plan, baby. I feel like a letdown on that day, man.
No,
I'm a
all the
fucking
time.
letdown,
You
man.
always lose. You
Here's,
always lose.
here's 10 coupons. You can ask me anything you want.
I'll tell you the truth.
That's got one for a hug. Just the hug coupon.
Oh, that day is precious every year. Like,
Do you know what's even harder? Because obviously we'll get onto Zeus as well. It's like when you're doing stuff like that, does she look at stuff like that and be like, mate, you're making a 1 meter tall bottle and you can't make me?
My thing was, I tried to leverage this one. So I started going on, I had an Instagram account. So I started getting like a lot of followers.
Yeah.
She's like, how come you don't follow me? I said, I don't know if I should be, following you, So I wanted to use that as like leverage. Like that's a gift. Like, I can give her
One day
something.
I'm going to follow her.
Yeah, so I thought once I started following her, that's a nice
a big
gift.
She said, babe,
Didn't
check your
laugh. It didn't
notifications.
laugh. It was nothing. It was nothing.
didn't land.
Blue tick and all.
No.
Didn't land. But, so outside of you, favorite superhero though?
That's a good question.
You guys got a favorite? You're Spider-Man, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, as of now, I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Oh.
Yeah. Miles Morales, to be specific.
I'm Hulk.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just there's a lot of anger in me, man. If I
Really?
could, yeah, that would be.
There's two personalities in you?
Yeah, that would be fantastic, man.
If you could just smash.
Yeah, I'm a horrible person when I'm in a bad mood.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever thought of going to a rage room?
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough for me.
Oh, you done it?
You did it.
No.
Oh.
I saw that I have to pay to smash TVs, and I was like, it doesn't feel like it
It
would.
doesn't feel.
It doesn't
yeah.
feel
It's
like
better
it-
to smash
It's
your own
all
TV.
authentic,
And then be angry later.
Yeah, pay for this. You know, like you watch Avengers and they're just breaking shit and just leave the city. You know what I
Leave
mean?
the wreck.
They just mash up Lagos and
But it's interesting though that you choose Hulk because he's complicated. Like that's a complicated person.
Yeah.
Like he's the Bruce Banner's like very smart
Yeah.
and intelligent, and then Hulk is just smashes stuff, and it's I like it, man. It feels like at the end of all of that, he's tranquil.
Yeah.
Like when he calms down, it feels like
Yeah, it's a release.
it's
It's a release.
Like, and I need that, but I can't have that because I'll go to prison.
That's deep, though.
Like, I'm very
Yeah,
emotional.
yeah.
In
It's
some
deep.
sick way, I have no desire to sit next to you.
There's a lot of
If he
anger
goes
in me,
home
man.
smashed.
I don't know what's gonna happen. That's when the horn comes in.
His tracksuits will start turning to shorts and shit, and then that's it. That's
I bet
over.
there's like I've literally bet in your car there's like a hand mark.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a groove.
Yeah, like a groove,
His
like
hand
worn
sits
in
there.
leather and shit.
So you don't understand. The way I'm on that horn, yeah, is quick. Anyone does anything mad. If you don't indicate and you switch lanes, I'm on you.
Have you guys seen him mad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of
Is
course.
it
I'm not gonna
scary?
say I've seen you in the most maddest form, but I've seen Fred upset, angry.
Kind of
Yeah.
is-
I've
Yeah.
come
freaky?
down. I've come down a lot from school.
Yeah.
Alcohol helps.
Alcohol
It
helps.
does help.
It's simply because in school I couldn't go to prison.
Yeah,
Then when I realized, okay, I'm old enough to go to prison, I
You need
have
to calm down.
yeah.
So I have to
Yeah,
calm down.
you can be held responsible for
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
now.
That the anger inside is a lot.
Because you don't have no way to express it.
Yeah,
no
But
more.
that's
no
why.
release.
That's why I'm a huge mental health advocate, man. For anybody, talk to people.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
tried
great
that.
feeling.
I tried that. The thing is, yeah, I spoke to a person that wasn't of the same racial background
Yeah.
as me, so it felt like they didn't understand.
Mm.
But you gotta. But like anything in
Yeah.
life, you gotta find the right
Yeah,
person.
you gotta
Mm.
find
I
the
remember
right person.
we went through IVF in vitro
Yeah.
Yeah.
for all our kids, and the first doctor, and I say this all the time, the first doctor, we went through 2 times with him or 3 times, and he's basically like, and it just didn't feel right the whole time, and he's like, you're never gonna have kids, and we're like, this just fucking sucks. Then we went to the next guy,
Yeah.
and just the confidence and the feeling, we ended up 5 kids.
Yeah.
Imagine
Just
that.
feeling good. You
Yeah.
gotta feel good about
Mm.
who's in the room with you.
Yeah.
You know,
How was that in the household as well? Like trying for children.
horrifying.
Yeah.
No, it was
How do you like?
I-
everyone's
this-
kind of breaking, if that makes sense. Like,
For
your wife
her,
is
for,
you.
for my wife, it was she went through 15 IVFs, which if you put that's thousands of shots, and she's a hero. And it's amazing. It took 5 years to have the first one, or 6 years. But the shit she went through is just remarkable. Remarkable. It's amazing.
That's crazy, because as a woman, if you're a woman that wants to have a child and you can't, because it seems like it's on her side, right? Because you had one with your previous wife. You
just don't know.
You
know, I feel like it's me. I don't think my stuff works, and I need to get checked.
Yeah, you can. You can. But there could be, for whatever reason, you know, but it doesn't matter. It's still she wants, like, the concept of carrying a baby and having a baby, and like, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I would say it's very difficult to have a child. But it's very difficult.
But that's the other thing that you realize, and this happens with anything, whether it's depression or whether it's suicidal tendencies or whether it's IVF, no one fucking talks about it. And it's amazing. Once we realized we're having issues, then all of a sudden, and you talk about it a little bit, all of a sudden you hear, oh, you have an issue too. Like, it starts to come out. No one likes to talk about bad shit. They don't talk about it until you do, and then it kind of opens up.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you feel better about yourself and the other person because you have someone to talk to. But no one likes to talk about bad stuff.
You could be in the club, bottles, you guys are sharing alcohol, you're not going to share your deepest and darkest though.
And that's actually, it's sad.
This is sad,
because the most helpful part is talking or is sharing.
You guys got deep and bad that you've never shared?
Still not sharing it, man.
Nah. What is it?
Nah, I'm playing. No, I'm only playing. Do I have? I don't think I have deepest and darkest, but it's like, I think my problem is that I put things at the back of my head, like so far back that I forget. So I would only remember if you was to say something. How do I put this on silent? Sorry. So dark, and it's so far back that I forget about it. So I would have to be reminded, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's happened to me. But it's like, I think that my whole my way of like protecting my ego,
putting it back,
and it's like I suppress it, but I suppress it so well that I forget, until you will say, oh, I did that, and then I can choose to be like, me too, man. Or I might be like,
so you think that's healthy or not healthy?
It's very unhealthy, but I don't even know how to stop it because I don't even know that I'm suppressing it. So it's like, maybe I would need to, I think if I was to talk, it would be after like 3 hours I would get to it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll take you through all the other bullshit before that, make you get bored, and then maybe I'll get to it later on. But
does your wife know?
I only know this now because I'm speaking about it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I do the same thing.
Because every day I'm just dealing with what's in front of me.
Does she know the deepest and darkest?
Oh, I don't know it. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if she was to say she's going through this, I might have to think, oh, rah, I've been through that as well. Like, I couldn't tell you my deepest and darkest, but it's because I think I'm thinking of a certain package of deepest and darkest. Like, oh, my dad did this to me when I was young. And I'm thinking, I didn't go through that. So in my head, I don't have a deepest and darkest. But if you used to say something that happened to you, maybe I'll be like, oh, wait, that happened to me. So maybe that is dark, actually. Maybe that is not normal. Maybe that is bad. But I haven't got anything conventional like, I had this kind of trauma.
Like trauma.
I haven't had anything like that.
I think when you say deepest and darkest, my head is thinking of traumas. And I'm like, I don't really feel I've had any trauma like that.
I would need a discussion to get to it.
Yes, exactly. I know I have been through trauma. Because I remember times where I've probably, you know, like I wasn't at my best or I was thinking a certain way, but I can't tell you why at this present moment. Do you know what I mean? Like the first thing that comes to my mind really is like things that I've been through, like my brother. But that's only because it's like we had an issue. Do you know what I mean? So that's just like, I had an issue with this guy for X, Y, Z reason. That's clear. But there's other little things.
Have you ever
that
brought
happen.
It up to him recently?
Oh, not recently, but before we went through it. We've been through it. So now we're like on the other side where it's like, okay, like you're you, I'm me, like, come on, man, we're brothers, like. Do you know what I mean? But there is still a part of me that sometimes is like,
you did me.
You did me. But you know, it's all love now.
As adults, it's hard to shake things, man. And children will show you that the best way. Like my daughter can be in an absolute shit mood. Like she can be an absolute prick right now. And like she will go through a whole tantrum and you're trying to calm her down. And then she'll just switch. And she's like, hey, daddy, can we do this? And I'm thinking, I'm still here.
Yeah,
I
still
am
angry.
still angry. And she's like, absolutely fine. To the point where if I was to say no, she would look at me like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
as if she wasn't just in a tantrum. So it's like, kids will show you so quick how hard it is for you to just drop something.
Yep.
Because they can drop it instantly.
You see, in that sense, I'm like a child because I'm very much like that. Like,
Well, you can drop it.
I'll
But
drop
do you
it.
think you drop it or do you think you suppress it?
Because
I think that
now
that's
you're saying
what I
suppression.
do.
It might be suppression, but
Yeah.
majority of the time, I think I'm over it once I've said it. Like,
Yeah.
especially in the house, like with my missus, I can get angry and be like, shout at her, whatever. And then after I finish, she's obviously now upset. But I'm like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
cool now. Like,
Yeah, 'cause you had a release,
I've
yeah.
had my release.
Yeah.
And even when she's angry at me, same thing. Like she could be angry at me and I'm thinking, okay, cool. I accept it. I've apologized now. Let's go on.
Then we
Let's
move on. She's thinking, I'm still
She's
angry.
like, I'm still angry.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
this is
We ain't
like,
done here.
It's nothing. It reminds me. It's just a story. My friend Mike and his daughter. She's-
Michael Jordan.
No.
You never know with you guys, man. You might be calling him Mike.
Yeah, my friend Mike. But he and his daughter Grace were fighting and upset, and she didn't want to go to school, and he was in charge that day, and they're angry at each other, and he's like, "You have to go to school," and they're really upset with each other because they're arguing, and they drive to school, and there's a drop-off line. It's after school. Or school's already started, so they're late. So there's another car in front of them, and they're pissed at each other, and they're watching the car in front, and it's also a father and the daughter, and you can see them yelling at each other in the car, yelling. And the father goes around the car to pull the daughter out, and the daughter locks the door. And then the father goes around back to the other car side, gets in the car, grabs her, starts pulling her out of the car, and they're just going at it, yelling at each other. And then he's dragging her into the school, and Gracie and Mike look at each other, and they're like, I love you.
Yeah. It's like that
It's
moment
not
when
that
you,
deep.
like when you sober up, when you see someone else
Correct,
like unconscious on the floor, you're like,
correct.
fucking hell.
You need that
He's out of it.
perspective.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You need that.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden they're like, I love you. I love
Yeah.
you, Grace.
Yeah.
I love you, Dad.
You was gonna ask about Zeus?
yeah. What was the inspiration behind it? Because what is it, 60 BELAIRE bottles?
So we made Zeus, which is a 45-liter champagne bottle.
It sounds like narcissism to me.
How was it about this high?
It's a meter or something.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
I like trying shit. This gets back to the idea of just throwing it out there. And we wanted to do something completely different. And I wanted to do something really big. And we realized we can't do this in glass because it's probably not going to be safe to make a bottle that big. It's probably not
Yeah,
gonna be
100%.
possible.
Yeah, the glass would even be too heavy.
Correct. So we found a company who's been working on it for years who spins metal. And they were so excited about it because it's so different. And we made this bottle that's the single biggest bottle in the world. And we called it appropriately Zeus, which is so cool because to me, that's the power of a brand is you called it Zeus. Like you even name, like it's got a name.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now
yeah.
people are recognizing it and it's this thing. And we made a couple. We made a rosé and which is the black bottle, and we made a BELAIRE Luxe, which is the white bottle. And we just announced it a couple weeks ago. It's coming to London. I think we're going to have it for the Notting Hill Festival. Is that it? The Carnival?
Carnival?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have it at the
Nice.
Carnival to show off, and it's going to make a tour. Both of those bottles are going to make a tour around the world in different markets in the world. But it's different, and people. That's the point: is doing something different is a powerful thing, and I want to keep trying that. And
Yeah.
the team wants to keep trying it.
You ever been to the carnival?
No, never.
Good carnival.
Yeah, no, I heard it's
Good
great.
carnival.
I
What
heard
have
it's
you
great.
been- have you been to any carnival?
I don't think I have.
No.
No, I
Are
don't
you
think I have
good in-
Barbados.
Are you good in
what's
like
that one? Crop over.
crowds?
Yeah.
Crop over. Go.
Are you good in crowds?
It's a great question.
You're supposed to be
Because
like Moses, man.
I'm not into it too
Like
much.
crowds.
Yeah.
You know what crowds freak me out is it like aqua parks and shit, like water parks.
Yeah.
Really?
Just seeing everybody kind of naked.
It's a lot.
It's the tattoo, like bad tattoos, and
Yeah.
a lot of things been thrown around. And you're all in the water together. It's just weird.
Yeah,
I get you,
yeah,
though.
yeah,
Like
that
if you
is-
think like after like COVID, you realize like, hey, we really wasn't like hygienic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You just shake someone's hand like.
Sometimes when I'm swimming, and obviously you swim head underwater, you come up and there's like bogey. on your face.
yeah.
You
It's
just swipe
crazy.
it, put it in the water.
Yeah, and then you put it back in, it's all
Yeah,
I
recycled.
know what
like-
you do, so that means there's 10,000 people doing the same shit.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Just wipe it off in there. Where are you
Horrible.
supposed to put it?
Yeah. Is it going to be in clubs at all, or is it just like a sort of museum piece?
No,
sort
no,
of
no,
thing?
no, no. We're gonna sell them.
Yeah?
We're gonna sell them. We've already got orders from clubs around the world. In Amsterdam, they want one. In Croatia, they want one.
Oh
In
my
Romania,
God.
they want one.
They'd have to do it on a dispenser, no?
It's enormous. It's heavy.
Because you can't lift it.
You can't
Yeah.
even lift it. We put in our New York office. We created. It's almost like a carnival theme for the bottle. We put one of the bottles in a the lap machine.
Yeah,
you pull
that
down.
pull down, yeah.
So it's a carnival atmosphere, really cool looking, and you have to try to pull it down. You
Okay.
can't. You
Right.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're Rick, like if you're whoever. It's and it's funny if you lift it, it knocks up the like at a carnival. The
Yeah,
phone
yeah,
goes up
yeah,
like if you
yeah.
hit the weight
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it goes up. Yeah,
But you can't lift it. It's so heavy. You can't lift it.
that's crazy.
So how are people going to access the drink they bought?
That's not my problem.
Yeah.
You need a whole bunch of people to
Right.
You need a whole, but that's
Bring
part of
out
the fun of
A
it.
girls.
That's part of
yeah,
the fun.
yeah.
And the thing's going to go for in a nightclub, it's going to go for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's a real
Of
big
course.
dick competition
No,
over
it
here.
is. It's
Like-
huge. I remember when we had Ace of Spades and we created the Midas.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Midas
I remember
was 30. This is 50% bigger.
that. Damn.
So we got is it the Mirage Hotel, which is the one with the fountain in front? The Bellagio or the Mirage? I think the
Yeah, in
Mirage.
Vegas.
In Vegas. For $250,000, you buy the Midas and you get to press the button to turn on the spout.
I better get something.
You
Yeah.
guys be selling dreams. That button is there like every day. There's
Hey,
a guy
hey,
that's paid
I
to press the
pressed it.
button, and it's like he paid $250 again. Like let him
Just-
press the
just
button.
press it.
Let 'em-
Just
let 'em.
because you said $250,000, yeah, you don't have to answer this. But what do you think of the guys that went down in the submarine?
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Scary.
I can't. What's the worst part of that is, like, can you just imagine being in there and waiting for something? You know what I mean? It's just horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just, just
That was
waiting.
too scary.
Waiting, yeah,
That's
not
too
knowing.
scary.
Having
I'm
said that, I
still-
did contact who is it? Richard Branson. Richard Branson has the Virgin, the one
Space
going to
thing.
space.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you was gonna say,
So
sub.
I wanted to book flights
Yeah.
for me, Khaled, Ross,
Okay.
Wiz, and Wayne, the 5 of us. And I got in touch. Someone who knew him got us in touch because I thought it'd be so cool. But one of the goals was I wanted the plane to say, or to have BELAIRE on it.
Yeah.
And we'd have bottles. But it's insane the amount of people that have lined up.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Right.
It's
like the waiting
3
list is
years.
crazy.
I feel like
Waitlist.
space
3
is
years.
more known. Space
Yes.
is more known than underwater. To me,
Yeah,
I'd rather go to
Yeah.
space.
God, definitely.
Yeah.
Underwater is scary.
Underwater is pretty cool.
But I can't swim as well, so
Oh,
anything
no,
to
no.
do
Yeah.
with underwater,
So
I'm
you can
like,
fly in space.
But I don't know, like, yeah,
listen,
Words.
I think
You're
that-
dead either
that's
way.
fine.
20 meters in the sea is cool because I've been watching a lot of shark documentaries recently. Like 20 meters in the water is cool. All 900 and whatever meters. is
Yeah,
like,
when they're like,
there's not
you need a
much
boot,
So-
you need
there,
like,
but-
Do you like James Bond?
ish.
I like
So
James
If
Bond.
you have a chance, because I'm older than you, but the James
Only a
Bond
little
with
bit.
Roger Moore, called
Right.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
The one with the lotus?
Yeah, that goes in the water.
Yeah.
You have to watch it
Mm.
because to me that got me into the idea of an underwater world.
Yeah.
It's just the coolest thing.
Mm.
Like
Wow.
that's cool. Like I think that'd be the neatest thing.
Yeah, if I could breathe underwater, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it'd be amazing.
I'd love it.
What's your sorry, you go.
No, go.
I was gonna say, what's the the long term plans for like the brands though? Because you got a whole umbrella company with different brands. Like, is there certain goals? Like, oh, we want to be the #1 rum in Jamaica or something with Bamboo, and then we want to be this in America. Like, what's the long term goals for?
So we have today 5 brands. We have BELAIRE, which is amazing because again, all the brands. the stories about it's not going to work. And now Belaire is in 80 countries. Bamboo is in probably 80 plus countries. Now we have a McQueen and the Violet Fog, our gin from Brazil. We've got Vion, which is our think of it as like a spiced cognac liqueur.
I need to taste the ultraviolet. We haven't tasted that.
It's amazing. And it changes colors if you mix tonic or
really?
citrus in it. It's beautiful.
Right.
And now the Deacon, it's the same thing. I think they're the best brands in their categories, and my goal is for everyone to try it, and they're going to love it. And I want to. I say this all the time. I treat brands like they're my kids, and the goal of a parent is to get them when they finish college off on their own.
Yeah, look after
and
themselves.
they're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. So a brand like Belaire is. It's probably in high school right now. A brand like Bamboo is probably in grade school.
Yeah.
A brand like Deacon is just this little baby. And my job and my team's job and the importers is just to grow it and watch over it until it's ready to be self-sufficient. So that's how I look at it. And we'll continue. We've got new brands we want to come out with in different categories, and that's exciting for all of us as long as those brands are better than anything else in the category. Because I want to look at all three of you and say, this is the best.
Yeah.
Having the best. There's a great story behind it. It's real. It's authentic. We're not we have lots of celebrities who love them, which is great, but we're a liquor company first. And I just want to make great brands.
What made you successful at making drinks though? Do you think it's like your taste or like why?
It's gets back to that idea that I have to trust my gut. So I don't have. If you came to my office in Chicago or New York and I tasted you on let's pretend Deacon didn't exist and Deacon, and I want your reaction. I want to see what you think. I don't have agencies and consultants who tell us, this is what the category is telling you. This is what. I just want to trust my instincts, and that if there's a group of us sitting around and drinking this is really good.
Yeah,
that's what I believe in, and I believe that. Like it's trusting our instincts that what we like, everyone else is going to like too, because we're the consumer.
How did you go about like sort of confirming that you don't have the yes men around? Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy for us to be like, oh yeah, this is nice. Yeah, it's Brett. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's staying away from people who are really knowledgeable, because they're too close to it.
Okay,
they're too close. It's almost like I love liquor stores and I hate liquor stores. Like walking into a liquor store is just overwhelming. Like, it's
so
too
much
for me because I'm in the business. So I think in some ways it's a healthy thing. You can be close to something, but don't be too close because then you get lost. And I think that's what we're good at is we understand enough, but don't know too much. What happens is, and I find this in any industry, you create barriers that don't exist. You overthink it. You over plan everything. It's too much. And at the end of the day, you just keep it simple. And that's what at least I try to think about it. Or at least it works for me. It's got to work for you. It's got to be natural.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of artist collaborations. So you work with Rick Ross on Belaire, Wiz on
McQueen. Yeah.
Who else you working with? And how do those come about?
So it gets back to the same thing, being authentic. So if I was into country music, that would be my lane.
Oh yeah, because Wiz liked Bombay Sapphire.
He
was on Gin.
He was on Gin. Correct. So it starts with it has to be real. So I love hip hop. I'm probably a bigger fan of artists versus the music, as I like their stories. And we leaned into it day one, where if someone was supporting us, we're going to support them back. So Ross loved Belaire, loved it, was all over it. For 2 years, he was drinking this thing. And we were introduced to each other by DJ Clue, and we created a great relationship, and we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
Wayne loved Bamboo, loved it. And I remember at the time, this was when Wayne had put out any music, and he was in the big fight with Baby and Cash Money. And at the time, everyone was saying, you can't work with Wayne. Wayne hasn't done anything. I'm like, fuck that. It's Wayne.
It's Wayne.
Plus, it's also, I like the underdog.
Yeah.
I like that. And so Wayne's been all over Bamboo. Wiz has been he's the gin expert in the world. Loves gin, love McQueen. So it's always like that. And they're not necessarily on one, but they're not faking it. It's their lane. It's real to them. Post love BELAIRE. Steve Aoki loved BELAIRE. G Herbo loves everything. A Boogie, Moneybag loves Vione. Currency Vione. So everybody's picking their lane, what they like. So I'm not forcing it. And what we try to do is we have this. I think of it as a big family. They're all part of this family. Everybody's part of this family, and we work together. We do things together. We promote each other. We support each other, and we keep leaning into it. So
you got planned. What's the expansion plan? Europe, Africa, Southeast Asia.
We're all over Europe. I think the one I'm most excited about, and it's just a personal, is Africa. I've got to meet so many artists in Africa, whether it's Stoneboy, or whether it's Yemi Alade, or whether it's Diamond Platinum, or whether it's Navy Kenzo, or whether so many artists. And the reason I'm taking it personally is I think we can help all of them, and we can put them on a platform and make them more well-known. I'm a huge Afrobeat fan, and we're getting them to do collabs with American artists or British artists or French artists. And that's happening more and more. And I just think if I was an artist, like I told Ross this, go to Africa. In Africa, you're not an artist, you're a celebrity. If you show any type of love, they're going to love you forever. Forever. And I just think a lot of artists don't get that. And then if you're an artist in Africa, it benefits them because you're putting them on the map in the US and everywhere else. So I, if anything, from a musical perspective, Africa is my thing. And we're all over. We're in Nigeria. We're in Ghana. We're in Angola. We just launched Mozambique. We're in Kenya. We're in East Africa, South Africa, everywhere. So that's, we have a great team.
Nice. So what's your problem?
What do you mean?
Like most of the time people have a problem. So that's why they're always trying to solve stuff. So what's your current problem?
I take everything personally.
Right.
I want everything to be perfect. I want everything to work. I have to learn. I'm talking to somebody. I have to learn how to stop. If one bad thing happens, it ruins me. And it could be the tiniest little thing.
Right.
And there could be, 80%, 90% positive, 10% negative, but I'm focused on the 10.
10%.
And it's
That's
human. Yeah, I know, but it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks.
It
sucks. It ruins everything.
But I just do, if I know I've replied to a negative, I'm going to purposefully reply to 3 positive. Like
in comments.
You just have to, because it's like, why did I show you more attention when there's someone over there that loves
It's
us?
so easy though, right?
Negative
so
just
easy.
Gets you, man.
It's so easy. There's a point to
argue.
prove. It's the thing about you have a point to prove here. It's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean by this? I want to know.
It's hard to let it go.
Is that just in business, or is that personal life as well?
It's all business. But the reason I say that is it's all consuming to me. So it is me. So it's the same thing.
Right.
So it plays such a huge role. The personal is great, but the business affects the personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of
It
course.
just consumes.
Yeah. I had a big problem with that as well. Just in terms of feeling like, if I'm not working, then this isn't right. Like whatever I'm doing is like, this isn't right. Like even with gaming, like I'm a huge gamer. There was one point where I didn't want to play games because I felt like if I wasn't streaming, I was wasting time.
Yep.
So it's like, now I'm not streaming and now I'm not playing games. So it's like, I've taken away the thing that I actually love to do because it's become work. And now it's like, Yeah, it was an issue. So now I've started to be like, do you know what? Let me just play a bit of games today. Like, I've done work. Like,
Just appear offline sometimes.
just appear offline.
I
Like
did that
literally,
for like 4 days. I just appeared
Just-
offline.
just
So
appear
then
offline.
Do you game?
No, but it's almost like, I don't know if you guys do this. Sometimes I'll look for bad shit that happens to people I don't like. Make me feel better.
I
You know
know
what I mean?
that sounds like something to try.
No, but it's almost like,
Oh man,
like
that's crazy.
like it's like Trump. I can't stand it.
Yeah,
So I love reading shit when bad shit happens. To them.
yeah.
But that's not healthy.
It's
Like,
not,
even
but
that
it's,
is not. But you know what I mean?
yeah, it's a
but-
coping thing. It's like it's the way you get
Yeah,
through things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can relax when something bad's happened to your ops still.
yeah,
I get it. I wouldn't look for it. If I see it, I
You'd be
will
happy.
read it.
You'd be happy.
But you know what? I
Don't
don't
read
know.
that
It
shit.
makes you. I don't. You know what it is? It makes me feel human.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me feel like, okay, bad. Like it could even be a famous person. Oh, it even happens to them. Like
Yeah.
not when I say bad shit. Like if a celebrity has the biggest celebrity, the biggest actor in the world has a bad movie, and I think to myself, God, I wonder how that made him feel.
Yeah.
You know, like who's the British actor who's in Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Yeah, he has some movie that just came out that just got torn apart.
On Apple.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wasn't it good?
Something where, and they asked him about it. He's like, yeah, you know, but like, I wonder how that made him feel, because that makes me
Tough though, man, 'cause, yeah, you go
debilitating. Correct.
From Spider-Man to it's like the cast of Friends. Like Joey's Joey and Rachel. Like it's so hard to go and be something else. Like, everyone's like Chandler was like they're all six of them were like so cold.
Yeah, Chandler went through it as well.
Yeah,
in real life.
apparently did,
If you know his story, you know his story. But it's like, yes, it's tough. Like, and to be Spider-Man, just to be anything in the Avengers is like
crazy.
wherever you go next, even to be Harry Potter as well. Like, roles that it's like,
James Bond, Daniel
You are
Craig,
that
they must
role.
have all gone through it.
No, because he ain't done much. He's just finished Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, it's gonna be tough because you're seen as this like person. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's now Bond.
Yeah.
Bond is a hard character
that's
to
Bond
shake.
me, so actually,
He's Bond. Like, if I see him anywhere else, when I saw him in Knives Out, I was like, this is strange. This is very strange. He's normally this smooth,
Where's
like,
your gun?
debonair sort of guy. And you're like, this guy's got some American accent. This is strange.
Yeah.
Like, this is just bad acting automatically. Be Bond, put in a British accent.
I'm like, Denzel's lucky, you know.
Who would you want to be Bond next?
Who would I want to be Bond next? Very good question.
I think Henry Cavill kind of suits the look and.
Oh my God.
He has to be good looking before anything.
Yeah.
But what's funny is Daniel Craig isn't.
He's
It's
not.
the eyes.
It's
He's got
the
the
eyes, piercing eyes.
He's
Yeah.
not horrible on the eye.
But maybe Bond makes you better looking.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
It
it
does.
could do.
100%.
It does. Yeah, it could do. Still.
I'm convinced bartenders are better looking. If you go behind the bar, you become good looking.
You mean at the strip club, innit?
At the strip club,
at the strip club for
My
sure.
God, that's where all the talent
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
I'm like, all the
Trying to
drinks.
focus over here. Who's your favorite actor? You didn't give us a superhero. What about actor?
Oh,
Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
I like Daniel. What's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I know the name.
know
It's
the
a
name.
very
He's been in
famous
everything.
name.
He was
Yeah.
in Five Towns. He was in. He's been in a ton. He was Abraham Lincoln. He was.
I know the name, but I need to see.
Yeah. It's a
the
big
face.
name. Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's. I think he stopped acting now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
He's been in a ton of stuff.
Oh, okay, I know the face. Yeah,
Let me see him.
Who would I watch today?
I still don't. Yeah.
I have to think.
He's in
Yeah.
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York.
Lincoln. I'm trying to
Yeah,
see
that's
a film you might
definitely a
know.
person whose name I know, but I've never actually been
Watched
like,
anything with him, innit?
yeah, because I don't
Been
think
around
I've seen
for a
Gangs.
minute. He's been making films since before 71.
He's
Damn.
great.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Really showing your age now, bro.
Mm.
He mentioned a retired actor. He ain't even on screen no more.
That's too funny.
One film. What's the film?
I like old shit. I
Hey.
do.
Yeah.
I like.
It was good times.
If you ready for this, I love freaking period pieces.
Really?
Yeah, I love all.
Right.
I think my next big purchase is going to be BritBox.
Really?
Yes, because I love British. I love anything that's.
Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, I loved it.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
Right.
I love
Watched
anything
that.
that's old British, old.
I like
period.
things like that where it's like it shows what that area looks like in a
Yeah.
so it's a period
And I
piece,
loved
yeah.
in Peaky Blinders. I wish that he'd done his own spin-off of what's his name, who played the rabbi.
I didn't watch.
No, he was
Peaky.
in Batman. He's British. He's English.
Edwards, the guy that played the last Batman.
Oh, the Batman.
Yeah, no, the bad guy.
A penguin.
Penguin.
No,
Colin
he-
Firth.
the-
That was Colin.
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
No,
that's
with
it.
the mask.
Bane.
Yeah, Bane.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
shit.
yeah, Tom Hardy
that's
was
it.
the rabbi, the butcher
Okay.
in Peaky Blinders.
Was he?
I didn't get to that. I only watched
Oh,
like
yeah, I
best
only watched the
fucking
first
character.
season.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
Tom
like a
Hardy's a good
rabbi,
actor,
and he
though.
was.
He
Sorry,
could-
what's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. He's good.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
great. I love
So
him.
he could be a Bond.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him being a
Yes.
Bond.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not
Nah.
so suiting, but it would change his whole thing of him.
I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind him as a
Yeah.
Bond.
I
That'd
agree.
be good.
I don't
not-
want to be like on people's aesthetics, but I don't think he's got the teeth for it. I don't think his teeth are. You know,
I
you
don't
got to have
even
like a.
I know what you mean.
But I
Like,
think there's
know.
something
He
about
could
you
do it.
can't be too good looking.
Yeah, because now they've started to make Bonds more rough now. Because
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was a bit of a rough
Yeah.
Bond.
Yeah.
Like he would like fall down and shit. Like,
Yeah.
like he would like
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh, this guy's a bit scatty.
Yeah.
Like Pierce Brosnan was like, you couldn't even fucking
Yeah,
touch
it
him.
was like
He was like smooth that like
Yeah.
cigar
Yeah,
sort
okay, I
of
get
thing.
what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? They're starting to get more rough and real because
Yeah.
I think everyone's realizing it's
I
too
get what you mean.
it's too thick.
Before we wrap up the show, we usually go through a trivia,
Okay.
10 questions with
Okay.
our guests, and try and
I think I need a drink. Then.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Pull
for
up.
it.
I like this guy.
This. Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna take some more bamboo.
this is my ish at uni, man. You got a wedding coming up, right? You need to do what drinks?
You have a honeymoon?
I haven't booked it
You
yet.
don't know what you're gonna do?
No, not yet. Not
What's it,
yet.
goes to
Why have you got
Sandals?
an island or something?
That would be a great
When's
time.
the wedding?
15th
Of-
September.
I'm building a house. You can use the house in the Caribbean.
I tell you
If
what.
I could get the guests out there.
Oh, no, honeymoon.
we don't need a
Oh, the
wedding.
honeymoon.
We don't
Oh,
need
I'm
a
dead.
wedding for
Honeymoon.
that.
I'm dead.
I mean,
I'll hook
shoot.
you up.
What
I'm
about
dead.
us that's
Promise.
married? We're already married.
Nah,
He
fuck
ain't even
you.
got there yet.
Nah.
Yeah, fuck
He ain't
you,
even
man.
got to the altar
Hey,
yet.
this is new love.
I've been seeing the
We
altar.
only care about new love.
That's crazy.
Because I remember we had Diamond Platinums on the show as well,
Yeah.
and
He told us to come
He said
to
he's got an
Tanzania.
island in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dude.
But the thing
He
is,
didn't- he didn't tell
you
us to
guys
come
tend to
though.
disappear after you say that.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
Oh, please.
You guys tend to like not really follow up.
Because I'm sure
No,
you DM'd him.
I messaged you guys, oh, you got that Tanzania place for me too.
Like, do you realize when you offer that, I'm thinking flight only.
Watch
Oh my
this.
God.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
Watch
What
this
are we
space.
Because we can vlog it.
Yeah, watch this space.
Who
You have
is
to wait till
we?
you have to wait till after November.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, he's
done
making
yet.
a resort.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
making a
done
resort.
yet. It's not
That is
done
fine.
yet.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We'll
That
all
is
go
fine.
out.
Yeah,
How
you
big
don't like
is it?
that.
How big is it?
How big
How
is
big
it?
do you plan for it to be? Like, is it like couples retreat big, or is it like?
No, it's not a party house. You gonna have a big party?
No, not a party. No
Oh, you
party.
can get six there. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
he's thinking party house because he's been to Puff's house. So like, he's been to like 20-bedroom mansions. I'm
He's
thinking,
been to Rick Ross's house.
you got 6 bedrooms in there. How many beds you got in there?
You can do it at Rick's house. He'll never know you're there.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No, what?
You would
That's
never know.
true. Rick's
You'll
house.
never know you're there.
Don't give the what do you call them people, the pranksters ideas? They would say, I've been at Rick Ross's house for 2 weeks. He ain't even know it.
Yeah.
This is a true story. I've stayed at Rick's house
Yeah.
like 6 times.
Mm.
And so I've stayed at Rick's house 6 times. I'm always in the same fucking room, which is it's
That's a
got
bit
Dwayne Wade all over the walls.
Right.
And I texted Dwayne and I said, dude, this isn't right. I'm in your bedroom. Is this okay if I'm in your bedroom? He's like, yeah, it's fine, Brett. Don't worry about it. And then someone asked me, I'm at the house, someone says, what do you think of the red garage? I'm like, red garage? What are you talking about? He's like, haven't you ever seen the red garage? I'm like, there's a red garage? Sure enough, he's a red garage full of red cars.
Red cars. Yeah,
I've been
I've
there
seen
so
it.
many times.
Yeah.
Didn't even know there was another garage.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Because he does the
It's-
car show, innit?
Yeah.
It's so,
But
it's
he owns bare
60,000
cars like
it's-
old schools, new
So you do
schools,
meters
like-
here, right?
Yeah.
What, do you do what?
Meters. So it's 6,000 square meters.
Oh yeah.
What?
6,000 square meters. Just the
That's
house.
crazy.
Just the
That's-
main
What's that
house.
in?
Wow.
What's that in acres? Because we went to a lady's
It's
that.
300 acres.
That's
Remember we went to
crazy.
112 acres. Her
Yeah.
shit was
This
big.
is
Was that only 112?
That was only 112.
112.
This is
Yeah.
I remember she
300
sold
acres.
like 100, so she only had 12.
She only had 12 left.
But
But she
And that's
showed
still
us
loads.
the,
Yeah, she showed us the whole place.
Whoa.
300 acres is what the house sits on. That's crazy.
That's
That's insane.
mad.
At some point, you have to say it's greed.
You know what? You know what it is? I swear to God, it's inspiring.
gluttonous.
It's inspiring. You know, it was Holyfield's house.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
it was.
that's what
I know, and he couldn't handle it.
To mow the lawn, once you finish, you have to start all over again
Yeah. It's growing at the
because it's growing.
It's just growing by the time you
by the
finish.
time you're done, you got to start all over.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's too much.
that's it. That is 300 acres. That's insane.
Mad. So people got rooms in the house. So that's Dwayne Wade's room.
Well, he's got Wade and shit all over the walls. Yeah.
Right.
So, have you been to the car show?
Oh yeah.
Did you take cars?
No.
Take cars.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I
have
said
a
your
room.
cars. Yeah.
No, but it's amazing. Like, and that's why I love Rick Ross. He had a fucking idea and he just does it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was just an idea. I remember calling him when the first show happened. I remember calling and saying, "So what's going on?" He's like, "I have no idea, Brett. We're just going to see how it goes."
Mm.
But that's
I can imagine saying
Yeah.
I had no idea, Brett.
but he's got the big smile on his face.
Yeah.
And then he says, "It's going to be too easy." But that's why I love Rick, because he just
That man's a character for
he's
sure.
awesome.
100,
Just awesome.
100. Yeah,
Just awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so before we wrap up the show, we usually go through 10 trivia questions with our guests to get them on the leaderboard. I'm going to read you your rights. And they are, you get one phone a partner. They can't use Google. You may use Misha in the background.
Okay.
If that's easier and quicker for you. You can't use internet. They can't use internet. You got one multiple choice. So if you're stuck on a question, we'll read you 4 answers and you have to guess between one of the 4.
Okay.
Ask a 90s baby. So if I ask you the question and you're stuck, you can ask VP or Tem for help.
Okay.
You can skip once. If you skip, you don't lose a point.
Okay.
Every question is worth a point. If you get something wrong, you lose a point. The final question is worth 10 points.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So the maximum is 19.
Okay. Has anybody ever got 19?
Yes.
Oh.
Someone's got 19, someone's got 18. So it's tough to get on the leaderboard, but it is possible.
Okay.
It's tough.
All right. Question 1. What video game was the first ever game to be played in space?
Mm.
Can only be a
Pong?
few.
What game?
Pong?
I think I could guess.
Go for it.
Is it Tetris?
It is Tetris.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucker.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
Pong. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
we do.
Like
Yeah.
where it was like
Just-
a
Up and down. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it was
But give me-
sideways even.
Yeah.
Give me credit for at least saying
Hey,
that.
that was a good
It
guess.
was a good guess, but you
I'm
had
not gonna
lifelines.
give credit for a wrong answer. That's not how you build brand.
You had lifelines. I wanted to tell you not to rush.
But I grew up with Defender, Pac-Man. You don't even know about fucking games?
Pac-Man, yeah. Defender, I don't know. Pac-Man, yeah.
I know Pac-Man, but yeah,
Pac-Man,
Defender, I don't know.
Defender was awesome. Sorry.
When did we'll take it easy because you got the first one wrong. Who is the actor who stars in the Indiana Jones films?
Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. How many Star Wars films were released in the 80s?
In the 80s? Oh, fuck.
You have lifelines.
So that's
In the 80s.
Yes.
You want a multiple choice or you have no clue?
All right, multiple choice.
Okay. Was it 4,
No.
6,
No.
1, or 2?
Fuck. It's either 1 or 2. Fuck. 1.
Oh.
It's 2?
Yeah.
God!
Damn, bro. Damn.
Multiple choice on a numbers question
So-
is
It's horrible.
the worst thing to do.
So I'm old.
Yeah.
I stood out in line for Return of the Jedi.
Mm.
I was in line at the theater when it opened. I was there for like 7 hours. My mom came told me, and there must have been a couple hundred people in line, that I had to go home, and she wouldn't let me stay overnight. I was so depressed. But ready for this? Do you know that Return of the Jedi was actually originally called Revenge of the Jedi?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was the original name. And they thought it was too
Violent.
but yeah, they changed the name. Sorry.
Return. Revenge.
I was a huge Star Wars fan.
Marketers.
Okay. I got my next 3 questions for you. First question is, what grain is in the Japanese spirit sake?
Rice.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
There you
All
go.
right. You know the stuff.
He knows his stuff. Okay. Question 2. How many miles in a nautical mile?
Nautical mile.
Oh, I have no idea.
Rough.
It's a tough one, I'll
More
be
of a
honest.
show should have been
That would've been a
tough
good
there.
one.
Been horrible for that.
So
Skip.
you
You have
Yeah. Okay. It's 1.15. Yeah.
tough.
Impossible.
Misha probably knew that.
Yeah.
She definitely did. Question 3. Where is the US Masters golf tournament held?
Oh, Augusta.
Yes. Indeed.
Right.
Well done.
Oh, you're picking up
Oh,
points.
he's
Picking
some
them up.
steam.
He's picking them up. All right. How much milliliters or ounces is in a double shot?
Who's double shot? Brett's
Oh,
or
yeah, I
ours?
Yeah.
Brett's double shot's a bit different.
Yeah. Honestly. Does he even know what a shot is?
I'm going to say 3 ounces.
Well done.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well done. Good one.
It's crazy because it differs around the
It
world.
does.
Yeah, it does.
does.
It does. It does. It does.
I could see it. I could see it 2.5. I mean 1.25 per ounce.
Yeah. But double shot is 3 ounces. What is the difference between a Nike Dunk and a Nike SB Dunk?
Tough.
Say it again.
What is the difference between a Nike Dunk and a Nike SB Dunk?
It's very unspecific though.
It's quiet, but we'll see what he answers.
I have no idea.
Now,
Now,
ask Misha.
Misha?
I know.
I mean,
She
no,
said
no, Misha.
You
Nothing.
can't-
No, she said no.
You got ask your 90s baby or phone a partner.
What time is it?
It's tough. Oh, it's yeah, you might know a trainer connoisseur. It's 2:30.
Who would know that?
Who would know that?
Who could I ask?
anyone that knows about trainers.
You know Wale?
You're going to hate
Fat
it when
Joe.
you hear the answer as well. You're going to hate it.
Who? That's not a great choice for this question.
It's
we don't
literally
know
in
his
there.
answers. Yeah.
It could be.
Oh, it's in the question.
It's in it.
Okay,
One
I think
is-
I've got an idea.
One's for skateboarding,
That's what I was gonna say.
like.
Are you using that?
Yes.
That's correct?
Yes! Yes!
There you go.
I knew that.
The stitches
Yeah,
or the laces or something. I was like, hey.
Right. Which Avenger is the only one who could calm down the Hulk?
Oh,
Rush.
Black Widow.
Yes, well done.
You could have said Scarlet
done.
Switch on that.
Yeah, don't rush.
Yeah.
Don't rush. Hey, 3 for 3 over here.
Yeah.
Free for
Okay.
free.
There was. Can I tell a
Yeah,
quick one?
Of course.
Did you ever heard of the game show? I wasn't old enough then, but it was a game show called.
You wasn't old enough?
No, but I saw reruns. It was called The Dating Game, or no, The Dating Game, or no. It was a honeymoon show. It's really old, but it's really funny because you'd ask questions to the men first, and the women would be off the camera about their
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
So the question was that. So they brought him back on. The question was, "Where's the strangest place you've ever made whoopee?"
Mhm.
And the husband had answered. Now it's the wife's turn to answer, and she goes. Bob Barker was the host, and and she says, "Well, that would have to be in the butt, Bob."
No way.
And the place lost it. It was on it was a live game show.
You know?
She got it completely wrong. She didn't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that would go off on a Steve Harvey show.
Yeah. He was saying,
I
what?
said in the butt.
You say
What? I meant where?
Maybe I should have said
Whoa.
that. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
No.
That's
You're good,
crazy.
you're good.
That's
No,
funny.
most definitely.
That's what remind me of.
Question 10 is worth 10 points. And you get to pick who asked you the question. We'll tell you our genre. And if you struggle, you can move on to the next question, but the points reduce from 10 to 5 to 2.
Okay.
So, 10, what's your genre?
My genre is Avengers.
This thing's upside down again. This is hilarious.
That's all right.
Every
It's just
week,
my style.
paper is upside down.
It's my style.
Crazy.
Maybe it's Illuminati. I don't know.
He never checks.
Mine is in musical instruments.
Mine is in sports.
You're out.
Okay.
Musical instruments. But sometimes those ones could be dead easy, though.
You know, the first you get rid of first.
Yeah,
that's the easiest.
sometimes, yeah. You did well on the Avengers before.
I know, but I'm worried you're going to ask me some European, European footballer shit.
Because is it soccer or is it football?
Sports.
Okay.
Sports.
You know what? I got to go Avengers because I'm nervous. I'm in the UK.
All right.
So hold on. Before you ask, was it European?
No.
Fuck.
Damn.
It was a good thought process, though.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Yeah.
Try and narrow it down.
Which Infinity Stone was located on Volma?
Ooh. There's a name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to get it.
You've
All the
got-
Infinity Stones
you've
have a
used
name.
Arsenal, baby. You do
Or
have
can we get a
partner.
color?
No.
That is tough. I know it though.
Damn, and you used it already.
Yeah, I know it. Do you know it?
Which Infinity Stone was found on Volma?
I don't know the names.
Is it Volmir or Volma? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
No.
No. Can't give a color.
So I have to pass?
You don't
You can't
wanna
even pass
on
anyway.
this, it's
I
It's
just-
not even
This
worth
is-
it. It's not worth it.
Or
You
you
might as
could
well-
go to the 5-point question,
Oh,
which
yeah.
you can
That's
go
also
over there for
true.
All right, the
5 points.
5-point question.
Was it the Soul Stone?
Yes.
Ah!
It was.
I should have.
Should have
Yeah.
That was an
guessed.
easy. I should have guessed.
The 5-pointer is, when did Major League Soccer kick off in the US?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Let me guess. Major League. So the. ...2004.
You was closer at your first guess. You said 9. It was 1996.
Really? That
Yeah.
long?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's just
Well,
probably been commercialized now.
Yeah, they start spending
That's
money.
amazing to think
Mhm,
about.
Definitely. When I saw it, I said, okay. They've been at it
They
for
were
a minute.
at
That's
it.
almost 30
Yeah.
years.
Almost. Well, when was you had the World Cup? Was it in Atlanta?
Oh yeah.
When
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah.
That was a long. That
Yeah.
was definitely.
Yeah,
my
that was a long
gosh.
time ago.
Yeah.
And was that when it's kicked off?
No, but sport has been going.
Oh, yeah.
or
They know of
has been
football,
going.
What do you guys,
Yeah.
you guys all follow?
Football.
Yeah. What do you think of Messi coming to the U.S.?
That's
I
a
like
great
it.
deal.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like
That'd be
that
nice,
it's
though.
not only spread into one corner of the world. but
Yeah,
um,
like just Europe. So.
Saudi
not-
Arabia.
Yeah, what do you call that area?
Saudi.
The Middle East.
Yeah.
So it is going over to, because obviously China did try and they weren't very successful, and then the Middle East are trying a lot harder in Saudi Arabia, so that's good. But then also the US are getting messy, so it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Have you guys noticed that the U.S. teams sound like European teams? Like Inter Miami?
Yeah, because
It's smart.
Yeah, yeah,
I know it's
yeah,
smart, but
yeah.
I think there's like United somebody.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Miami,
DC
Beckham.
United.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man City have affiliate clubs or clubs that they founded out in the US
Out
as
there,
well.
yeah.
So, and yeah,
But I think it's great marketing. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
sound.
yeah. Oh, Messi
Makes
over there. That's
makes
going to bring so
easier
much
to
more
say.
eyes
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's going to go crazy.
50-50 because again, Messi, Argentinian, South America, it might just stay over there and might not translate back here still. I think
I will watch his games.
there are some sports channels like BR Football who post
Yeah.
it here. a
Oh,
lot
the
and
coverage
Yeah,
is a
the
different
coverage
thing.
is
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
Coverage, that's true.
If BT aren't covering the
It
sport.
would be tough.
Or Sky Sports ain't
Yeah,
showing
yeah,
it
you're not
then.
really gonna see
If
it.
Beckham played today, would he be great?
No.
Really?
No. It
You
would
don't
be
think
hard
so?
to find a position for Beckham because now wingers aren't necessarily tricky; they're more pacey, and Beckham doesn't have either.
He wasn't
Yeah,
pace, yeah.
So-
yeah. He would be
and-
centre mid right now.
But then again, he's got the legs because what people say about Beckham, he was one of the fittest in terms. You know the bleep test.
Yeah.
Mm.
He
used to
would complete it.
Yeah,
So in terms of a midfielder, he'd be good, but in terms of like box to box, he'd have the lungs for it,
Mhm.
but he wouldn't necessarily be.
I
don't
think
think
he'll be
he'd
more
be
like
great
a
in
Andrea
that
Pirlo
position.
right now. Like if like
But then on Pirlo might not
or
suffice.
Ward-Prowse. You know what I mean? That kind of player, but a
He
bit.
might. It all boils down to like the footballer's intelligence.
Mm.
Like how smart is he in that area? Like does he
So you think is it him or is the game changed?
games change?
Games
Oh,
change.
yeah,
Games
100%.
change. Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of players might not do well in. It doesn't mean they weren't good. It's just where football is because Pep changed it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's hard to say. Like Beckham, would you find a position for him?
Yeah, I put him.
Who would have
centre
been?
You
I'm,
might.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
Who would have been? Who doesn't play anymore? Great today.
strikers.
Yeah.
What is missing in today's game is like centre forwards. Like there's Haaland, and then Mbappe's more of a left winger. So it's like there's not much of a striker
goal
competition
scorers.
in
Like, yeah.
comparison to the 2002 to 2012 era. Like
Mm.
right now, there's just not a lot of like centre forwards, number 9s. There's a lot of
Classic
10s,
number
8s,
9s.
Yeah. R9.
wide players.
Who's a great American player? Who's right now the
Donovan or something.
Yeah,
That
it
was back in the day.
That was
but
back
right
in the
now,
day.
Yeah, that's the
Pulisic
only
is
one
the
I've ever
Eagles
known.
king.
best? Oh really?
Yeah.
Did you think he was good?
I don't know. I
Oh,
just
you
knew
just know the
him.
name.
Donovan was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donovan was good. Right now,
who's a great
Pulisic is getting.
his
getting all
form
the
was horrible
plaudits.
at Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah. But before that,
Dortmund
He's
was he
great.
that good?
he was good enough. But that's Dortmund. Sancho was also good there.
I feel Sancho has a lot more to offer than Pulisic. Where's Pulisic gone? AC Milan.
AC Milan.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Hmm.
But that's the biggest American name. Maybe where?
you got who's the Mackenzie? McKenna?
Oh,
West Ham?
in Leeds.
Is it Leeds?
I think so. The centre mid. McKen. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
There's here. The
There's a
US team
few.
has some decent players, I think. And then he's Canadian. Who's the guy at Bayern? Right,
Alfonso.
fullback, Alfonso Davies.
No, yeah, he's Canadian.
I think the US ain't bad because our view of the US is that football wasn't really
A
Mm.
thing
sport,
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
but you never do horribly.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you
what's
guys done
amazing is
decent.
if it can pick up, it's
Yeah.
going to be enormous.
Oh,
the
it's
thing
gonna
is,
be
you have a lot
100%.
of imports as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you just got Balogun. He's an Arsenal centre forward.
Who's he playing for?
He plays for Arsenal. Plays for the US men's team.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
yeah,
chose,
yeah,
he
yeah.
chose the US, so he's a good forward. So he could become something. I feel like you guys have had a lot of players that didn't meet expectations. Was it Freddie Adu?
Oh, yeah, he was the
He
biggest.
was the big
Mm.
name.
Yeah,
yeah.
Now.
Since then, it's like
But what's crazy is it's been the biggest U.S. sport forever.
Yeah.
Kids, but
Really?
it doesn't translate.
Right.
When
It-
you grow up.
Yeah, it doesn't translate. But it's always because it's the safest sport.
Mm.
Yeah.
So all parents want their kids to play that
Mm.
versus,
Anything
football
else, yeah.
or baseball.
You can play sports. You can just play soccer though.
Yeah.
Correct. But it just doesn't translate. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
That's
amazing.
interesting.
do your kids play sport? Anyone young enough to be in like your wife's a soccer mom?
Soccer mom. Yeah, when you think about it, that's where the term even comes
Yeah.
from.
Correct.
That's interesting.
They're all young now. I have 5 under the age of 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo.
Any of them playing anything?
My goal, I want them to play a little bit of everything.
Mm.
I want them to be well rounded.
Yeah. Musical instrument, sports.
Just even sports, like
Yeah.
to be able to catch a ball, throw a ball, hit a
Mm.
ball,
Yeah.
kick a ball. Like they should. I think that's the key. Just to
Yeah.
they're not gonna be unbelievable at anything, but
Yeah.
be good at a little bit of everything.
Right.
That's us in the UK mainly. Like we do a bit of everything.
I don't know.
Basketball, football.
Maybe it's
rounders.
us inner city kids where it's like we was only on football because we didn't really like rugby or cricket, which
Yeah.
are two big sports.
There's
in
not
the
really
UK.
provision in
but we
anything
played
else.
them though.
But
I didn't even play rugby.
but
You never played.
to me, what's amazing because I was in Greece is one huge successful athlete changes the entire country.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Giannis right now in Greece with basketball everyone wants to play basketball.
Mhm.
Like it's just amazing to see.
Yeah, once someone shows it's possible to be great at it
Correct.
from this country,
Correct.
that's it.
Correct.
Like I can only imagine what's coming for Wales because of Gareth Bale.
Oh yeah.
True,
Like-
true.
There's gonna be
He-
some kids coming through
His
now.
heights were crazy, and like
Yeah.
Real Madrid. Is
Yeah,
like,
international
even
level.
Birmingham, there's going to be like crazy talent because of Jude Bellingham. Kids are going to be like, yeah, it's
I can do it
attainable.
too. Yeah,
I
I
can
can
do
do
it
it too.
Yeah.
What was your musical question?
Oh, it was how many keys on the piano?
That's tough.
Yeah, that's
it's a
rough.
10-point question.
81?
Huh?
81?
Oh, you were in the 80s? Is it
88? What is it?
88.
88?
I was
Yeah.
going to say 32 or something.
What was
Nah.
your question?
That's
That was
mine.
yeah,
that was
mine.
the
The
one you got
soccer
wrong.
question. My other question would have been, what was Michael Jackson's most popular album?
Thriller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be
that
nice.
I don't think I would have gotten Soul Stone, but it sounds so familiar that it
Yeah,
feels like I should have gotten it.
Yeah.
It's the one you remember, innit? Because it's a soul, isn't it?
Correct.
It's like someone has to die for it.
Mm.
Boy, the last two were great. The movies.
Yeah,
Those were amazing.
They were.
Yeah.
What do you think about the latest Spider-Man? Did you watch it?
I don't know. It's stupid. All these
What?
back and forth ones.
Oh,
Animation.
The
No, no,
animation
no,
one.
Oh, okay.
Everything's called
Like back
Return
to
home,
this and
multiverse,
return
yeah,
to this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I wanted what is it, the new Ant-Man to be good? That was terrible.
Yeah. That
Some,
was
some
It's
things they should
terrible.
leave to the comics. Films should just be a little bit simpler.
Yeah.
and-
What about Guardians? Do you like Guardians?
I didn't see the new one yet, but I love Guardians.
it's not
I
like
heard the new one's not that
He
good.
hasn't
No,
seen.
okay, he hasn't
Right,
seen the
I
new one.
heard-
But
Right.
I like the Guardians. So
I love the Guardians.
Yeah, same. So
But
I
I-
thought it was okay, like this new one.
I haven't seen the new one yet. But that's
Yeah.
gonna be disappointing if
It's gonna be a little bit disappointing because to me, I came in with low expectations because of these two. They completely bashed it. So when I went in, I was like, "This is gonna be horrible," and it was like, "This wasn't that bad." Like, but if you go in like excited, you're
That's
gonna be
the-
disappointed.
I swear on my life, the key to life is having low expectations.
yeah.
But it depends on what type of critic you are. Because I watched Guardians off the back of watching Avatar. So it was like I've seen great animation. And then I watched Guardians and I was like, animation's a bit...
Which all the Guardians?
Not all, the third
Did
one.
you? Okay, got it.
But did you like the first two?
I'd give them
I-
5s and 6s.
The first one was great.
Yeah, the first one
The
was
first
better
one
than
was
the second
great.
one. Like I just feel like things...
When they do
it's just
too
gone
much
this way.
animation, when it's too much, like it's just I don't
Too
know.
much.
It's gone a bit...
Fair. Yeah, it has gone down.
And I have a problem with Spider-Man in the sense that they're just getting so young. It feels like for me, it's like
It's making you feel older.
Yeah.
it's like I can't watch a kid in high school.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
They're focused
yeah.
on the younger generation.
I
now.
can't.
And I get that's what
He's
Spider-Man is.
a
He's a
teenager,
teenager.
yeah.
But it's like, they're not growing with me.
Yeah, let him grow with me.
Poor,
Yeah.
but, you know.
Correct.
Is there any like thing you want to leave the audience with before you jet off around the world?
Love doing the show.
Thank you.
First and foremost.
Appreciate
It feels like it feels like family when they argue. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I would just say, for anybody like me who's lost and doesn't know what to do, pick something and just focus the shit on it, and you're going to be successful. And have patience. Success is not based on money. It's based on your happiness, and you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Good advice, man.
God,
Good
God
advice.
doesn't set you up to fail, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, so you were gonna say something?
No.
No, I was just gonna say, like, just anything you want to point anyone's attention to look out for that's coming out.
Belaire in the UK, we're crushing it. Bamboo all over the UK. Deacon, we're just launching. So look for, if you want the best Scotch whiskey, the Deacon. Vion is now in the market. McQueen, or gin, is now in the market. So we have a full fistful of products. And if you want something premium that's the best, it's our brands.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, I
And shout out
actually
to my
have
team.
agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Everything that the team has sent over, I've enjoyed it. So,
Yeah.
you guys.
And since you're football fans, Jameson, who's our partner, just partnered with is it EPL? The
English,
league?
yeah.
Yeah. So if you want tickets, they can hook you up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
It's
Anything in
great to know.
F1?
I don't think F1. Not the no.
Drinking and driving's a bit of a.
F1's
Aye.
PR is really increasing. Ooh.
Yeah.
Their Netflix thing changed.
Oh yeah, it
Everything.
changed the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Yeah, I went the other day and there was a drink that sponsored that lounge.
That changed
yeah.
everything.
Changed the game. Yeah.
And
I've
what's
been
funny
watching-
is everyone else is trying to copy. Like golf did something like this.
yeah.
Other
Oh,
sports, but
really?
it's not the same thing.
no, it's not.
The background was
Yeah.
drama and golf.
It's
Yeah,
not.
There was drama only with Tiger Woods.
His
though.
Yeah.
shirt's tucked out. You can't.
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
But it's hard. You can't. It's hard to repeat that. But that Netflix thing, that
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
was.
No, it's good.
It's crazy. It's 5 seasons, you know?
Yeah, it's been following
I
it
thought it was
for.
just one season of.
No, it's been
No,
following
they
it
keep-
since
keep going.
2017. It's been following it every year. So even when you're watching the season, you're like, can't wait for Drive to
Yeah, I
Survive.
watched episode 1 because obviously the cockpit. What's it? Stop pit. What's it called?
Oh, the pit stop.
Pit stop.
The stop
Horrible.
pit.
Jesus Christ.
It's all right. It's all right.
I think we have to cut him off in the liquor.
I know. I was
No
looking
more
at the
rosé.
helmet. I was
No
like,
Let me put this down. The stop pit.
The stop pit.
What's it
No,
called?
now you
Stop-
need the
stop
helmet.
pit,
Now-
stop it.
Pit stop, bro.
Jesus.
I
Take
just
the
taught
helmet,
him.
take the helmet.
So that's what
Take
we
the
Stop
helmet.
it.
we give
Whatever
we,
it's called,
we give an
man.
American football helmet when you say something stupid.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he needs
cool.
that.
Stop it.
This is the responsibility thing you're talking about with Guillermo when you can't get a word out.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, the pit stop, yeah.
What's like the optimum time to be in there? Like 10
It's like
seconds?
2.5.
Oh, is it 2.5?
Yeah. Oh, to be in the whole pit stop, maybe
not
like
when you fully come to a stop and
Yeah.
they start taking the tires out.
yeah, and putting it back on.
10
Like it's
seconds?
2.5 seconds.
2.5.
It should be like
that's it.
2.5. That's
It's quick.
Like 2.8 is a good, as a real like
That's
maybe between
crazy.
2.5 2.8.
What's
That's a good
what's the
stop.
car brand? How episode 1?
Oh, Haas.
How like
Pass, yeah.
they didn't screw the tires.
It was
on.
Yeah,
crazy.
it was crazy. It's
I said,
crazy.
oh my
Sometimes the tires aren't ready. You're like, oh my god! I
That's
told
a
you I'm
big
coming
L.
in the pit.
It's a
You
big
think
L.
if it's not, you think they fire that guy that day?
Oh, they
You
had
never
a
know
meet-
because they all wear helmets, so you don't
don't know
know
who it is.
You don't know if the same guy's still here
Episode
next
1,
week.
they had a meeting immediately.
Yeah.
The guy was pissed. He called him into a meeting. I said, "Oh my god, is he gonna fire him?" The tires were loose. The guy's gone back onto the track. So
Tires-
stop. The tires is fucked. I said,
Crazy.
"Oh
They
my
should do a
God."
whole thing just on that guy.
Yeah.
Where's he now?
It's like Firefest. We need to something on Billy.
Yes.
We need Billy.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
not the other guy, the guy that was gonna suck that
thing
for
for
water.
the water.
Yeah. We need something on him.
Alright, you sound like that in your team, boy.
Yeah.
Firefest.
Was that popular here?
Yeah.
Really?
Because
Very.
at that time, as soon as there was other festivals, it was like, hey, be careful, it might be a Firefest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And there
crazy.
was one. There was the one in. Was it
Oh My
Belgium?
Fest or something
no,
like
Oh
that?
My was alright. There was one in Belgium.
One in
that was
Belgium, and then
horrible.
everyone went to Oh My.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's under a different name.
Yeah, it was like
What was it called?
yeah. After Firefest, everyone was really scared of is there gonna be because there was a lot of new festivals popping up.
Yeah.
So then there was one in Belgium which actually was basically like Firefest, but it wasn't obviously like loads of influencers, people spending 50 grand. But
Yeah.
people got there and were just like,
Firefest looked like it
Yeah.
could have been something though.
yeah.
It just wasn't.
It looked like it could
If
have.
you was to go into anything outside of, so 2 questions. What would be like something else so left?
Easy.
Yeah.
Left field?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we're gonna go into music.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what-
yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do something in Africa with music. That's what I
Nice.
want to do.
That makes sense.
Left field.
For me, like I remember, was it Diego Forlan, a footballer? He said he would have been like I think it was Forlan, like a bin man.
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
He
What's
said
up-
if he
what is
didn't
that?
play, like a garbage man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if he didn't play football, that's what he actually wanted to do.
I wanted when I was I want to be an archaeologist.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted.
You
I
got
would dig in the
archaeologist
mud
look.
and shit, and
Nice.
Yeah.
I had an aunt who restored artifacts and galleries, and I just thought that was the coolest thing in the whole world. I would have
That's
done
it.
that.
Cool.
Like I want to discover shit and find stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'd like the ocean.
yeah.
You know, go look for shit.
It makes sense because you discover brands at the end of the day.
I think it'd be
You make
so
them.
cool to find stuff.
Yeah.
So
You
what
guys
sorry, this is nothing to do with anything. So when I was in Egypt, do you know King Tut?
Yeah.
So King Tut, everybody knows King Tut.
Mm-hmm.
You know why he's famous?
Why?
They found 62 tombs in the Valley of the Kings. That's where the tombs are. 61 were empty. His was the only one with something in it.
Mm.
That's the only reason he's
He's
famous.
famous.
Like he didn't do anything special in life.
So he said, hey, get rid of everybody else.
Correct. Isn't that crazy though? I didn't know that. Like you
Yeah.
always hear about him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish he was
yeah.
like a
Only
great
that's-
king or
No,
something.
he must have said that shit then.
He must have got rid of all the
He must
bodies.
have said, hey, everybody
clear
else,
everyone else's out.
get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
motherfucker here.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Said that.
It could
Because
be.
where's everybody else?
He was 19 years old when he died,
Mad.
and his
Damn.
tomb was really small compared to everyone else's. But I had no. I thought he was like this godly
Amazing,
character.
yeah.
It was only because they didn't find anything, which I thought was so cool, actually. So
But what I'm upset about is that we're not allowed access to these places freely, like the pyramids. What's the one in? Is it Peru?
you can't. You can go into the tombs.
You can.
Oh God, yeah. So this is nuts. I shouldn't say it, but you go into these tombs. You have to pay to get in.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy dressed like I was in the Galambea at the end, making sure you don't like go into these other areas.
Yeah.
But as soon as, if you're like the last one in there, he'll be like waving you over. And then he'll want you to go into the area you're not going to go. So next thing you know, you're inside like a tomb. You're like literally inside it. And he's showing you things you're not supposed to be seeing, not supposed to be touching. And then he asks you for money.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they make a mint.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
Of
But
course.
God.
it's, everyone we went, we're like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
literally in areas you're not supposed to be in, and
Yeah.
they're telling you to come over.
I hate restricted areas. There's this. Like there's the pyramids in Egypt. What's the other country that have like similar pyramids?
Is it Mexico?
Peru?
Is it Mexico? I think it's
Shoot.
Mexico.
Mexico have some. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't
Like,
remember.
can't
somewhere
remember.
with like pyramids, like similar.
I think it's in Mexico.
and you're not
I
allowed
don't know
to. I think even the other day, someone was just running up the stairs. Can't remember where it was, but I hate restricted areas. I just want to be able to like.
Yeah, it makes you more curious. It makes you want to break the
it's
rules.
cool.
In Egypt, you're not supposed to touch the walls, but you can. It's 4,000 years old, and it looks like it just happened yesterday.
Mm.
It's
Yeah,
the craziest experience I've ever had.
That's mad.
mental.
I'd highly recommend it.
Because I went to Athens, Athena's
Yep.
temple.
Yep.
And you just go there and you're like, and even you just look at the structure and you're
Yeah.
like, how did they do
How did
this
they do it?
without cranes and machines?
Mental.
It's
So when I
like,
say there's giants and all that, like
It's-
magic and all that kind of
When you
stuff.
see the pyramids, how the fuck did they build this thing?
Yeah,
back
How
then
did they
as well.
do that?
Don't make no
Yeah.
sense.
It's nuts. But
Yeah.
then what's even weirder is they were the most advanced civilization at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Like it's
Who
just
knows?
it's weird. Or the
It's very
US,
weird.
we have none of that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no history.
There's
nothing.
It just came.
It's weird.
Mental. But no, Brett, I know you need to shoot off. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
Thank you
me.
for your time.
This was really good.
Yeah, we all got these, but anyway, this will be here anyway. so-
Anything I can do, please ask.
yeah,
Yeah.
Anything I
we'll,
can
we'll,
do.
we'll see you on that island.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see you on the island and
Done.
we'll talk
And,
some business for sure.
I'll be popping Bel-Air at my wedding.
Done.
There you go.
Fantastic.
There
Hit
you
me
go.
up for the honeymoon. Hit me up for the honeymoon.
There you go. I'll send you an invoice. Yeah. Other than that, you know the theory, bro.
Nah, his baby's crazy.
Cool.